Hey everybody, welcome in. Happy President's Day. It is a half day for me. So I got off work, I had lunch, had some delicious pulled pork, and I am primed and ready to play some Tyranny today, right? Let's see. I think we are near the end of Bastard's Wound. We played a shitload this past weekend, and did a huge dungeon dive, huge for this game anyway. And let me see. We convinced Reef Talon, the Beast Woman, to embrace her mystic powers and take charge of Bastard's Wound as a settlement. So we are going to, I believe, head back up to what counts as the surface in this area and see what the impact of that decision is. I suspect there's going to be a lot of drama and shenanigans going on. Also, we encountered what sure does look like a boss in a room of this dungeon. Nobody has said anything about it, so I don't know if it's like story events will make this fight available or if it's like an optional fight that you can do. I'll probably, if we get to the end of Bastard Wounds content and we haven't fought the boss, I guess I'll Google that and see what the deal is. But yeah. I'm trying to think if we have anything else to go over. I keep forgetting to mention this. The entirety of this playthrough is on my YouTube page, which is in my Twitch profile, but it's just youtube.com/Sean Beeland, I think. Should get you there. And I've been uploading all of these VODs there in a sequential list for if anybody wants to check out the story so far. I completely am aware that that is a lot of hours of content to catch up on, but it's there if you want it. And I kind of used it as an excuse to get a little more familiar with just how YouTube works, kind of behind the scenes, that kind of thing. So I'll continue to do that for any single player games I play, is my plan for now. So yeah, let's switch over to the game. And we just warped back into the area where the Sleepless are kind of hanging out, and I think we're just going to keep heading up closer to the surface. As always, please let me know if there are any issues with the sound. If something's too soft, too loud, too existentially terrifying. I don't know. So yeah, let's dive into
Cut
it.
the banter and stay low.
Oh, okay. It's game time.
Right.
Okay. Let's head over to where Reef Talon was hanging out. Yeah, she's no longer there, but Lexime is here. Let's see what she has to say. I don't think she'll have much to say, but can't hurt to try, so let's do it. Second option, kill her. This is a mercy, trust me. Sage Lexime's eyes gloss over as she briefly slips out of the moment. With a smile of recollection, her senses come back to the present. Yes, Fatebinder. Well, tell me about yourself. I don't know if we had this option before. I am the least fascinating subject I can think of, but if you have questions, ask. All right, so we can learn a little bit more about her background, so why don't we just do that? How did you come from the Vellum Citadel to this place? I took it upon myself to record as much of the war for the Chronicle as possible. This quickly led me to the conclusion that the Vellum Citadel would fall in time, so I enlisted Mel in my plot to lug as much of the Chronicle out of the Citadel as we could. I knew of Rostrom's holdfast from my time chronicling the invasion of the Bastard Tier. I came thinking I'd use his manor as a place to stash our writing, and, well, I discovered Cairn had shattered the fort, but in doing so, created a tunnel into the old walls. With the war raging on the surface, it just never seemed like a good time to leave, which is fair. What was your role amongst the sages? I'm a willing victim of the impossible Chronicle endeavor, or the Chronicle, as those outside our school know it. I aim to transcribe all that I witnessed in my lifetime with the highest precision, accuracy, and comprehension achievable. More specifically, I've tried to focus on the events of realms. While there is a place for drawing flowers and conducting biographies of lowly peasants, I leave such things to other chroniclers. Both Lexime and I have spent decades contributing to the Chronicle. We even co authored a few pieces back in the day. The Rise survey was by far the best. All of Terratus needed to know which distillery in Ardent made the strongest hooch. We do important work, us sages. Why did you stay here in Bastard's Wound? I think she already told us, but... At first, a part of me genuinely thought the old walls were safer than the war. When it was Reef Talon, Wagstaff, Jaspos, and the others working together, life in the Wound was actually quite pleasant. And I won't lie, I've always dreamt of exploring the old walls, and I'm getting on in years, so it seemed a fitting place for a scholar to write her final chapters. Okay. I'm curious about your sleepless condition. I don't think we know anything more since the last time we talked about this, but why not? Oh my, there's a lot here. Okay. As am I. It is a curious malady, and one I only partially comprehend. As the name suggests, I haven't known sleep in several span. More troubling for me personally, my magic seems to have faded. I can sign the sigils with my hands, but no magic comes of my efforts. Let's try the lore response first. By your own admission, you seem out of sorts. Are you sure you aren't forgetting your sigils? Even slight deviations can disrupt proper casting. I worried it was just that. With the lack of sleep, my mind seemed the obvious culprit. I had Mel read my old scrolls and walk me through the motions. Still no avail. I'm signing correctly, but when I tap into the archons of old, nothing comes out. I do hope we learn what the reason for the sleepless affliction is. I'm still getting a little warmed up on the reading, I think. Your magic? All of it's gone? Lantry's shoulders slump, and he shakes his head with a sigh. But you were a phenom. I never would have mastered half my expressions without your guidance. But it's all gone. Maybe you just need some rest. Maybe that would restore order in your mind, if only she could sleep. As am I. Oh, we've read this. Okay. How did you become one of the sleepless? Same as all of us, by the healing power of Reef Talon. It was when that group of disfavored found this place. I was injured in the fight, and since none of us yet knew of the downside to Reef Talon's magical touch, I of course allowed her to heal me. Why did the sleepless enter the old walls? Not that we are all cogent enough to share our feelings, but I and the other sleepless feel a little better, nearer to Reef Talon than afar. She shrugs with an idle smile. None of us wanted to be a burden to the people above, and it just made sense to follow her down. Unfortunately, Reef Talon can't seem to stand the sight of us in her grief. A shame. Is there a way to reverse your condition? I mean, obviously, not that we know of yet. Only Reef Talon knows, or maybe Kairos. I vacillate between having optimism and pushing aside such painful daydreams. Her thoughts go silent as her face twists in discomfort. Hope can be a painful thing. Did your missing magic happen around the same time as the insomnia? If I recall correctly, it was days after I was healed that I first noticed my magic wasn't working as expected. It was a startling realization. I've relied on my magic for decades. Without it, I feel as defenseless as a newborn cub. Without your magic, how have you possibly survived down here with all the Bane crawling about? We learned previously that the Bane ignore the sleepless. It's like I think people have said the Bane appear to feed on magic in some way, and these people have lost their ability to use magic. So surely that's related. You would think me lying, but I stand here as proof. For whatever reason, the Bane seem not to notice me. I dare say in all the time I've been here, I haven't seen the Bane respond to any of the sleepless. Could be we are too wretched for even them to hunt. I hypothesize that Reef Talon did to foul our minds. Whatever Reef Talon did to foul our minds, it made us toxic or unappetizing to the Bane. We are once tasty morsels now rolled in dung. So while I can't say for sure why it is, I can say I've been here for weeks? Span? A very long time now, and the Bane have ignored me this whole time. Okay, I should be on my way. She stares blankly, saying nothing. Okay, does Eliane have anything new to say? Still so vibrant. You will be like us in time, but do not fear. The emptiness is not all bad. Alright, nothing new to say. Let's see here. These are portals to other areas of the game, so we want to go here, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll just click on that and let our party zip around. I don't believe I missed anything here. This is where that boss is just hanging out, not really bothering anybody. So yeah, let's head back to the surface, or at least the top of these ruins. Okay, all right, interesting. So let's center in. This is going to be an interesting conversation here. We have Wagstaff here, Jaspos. So these are the two faction leaders that we've decided we kind of want to kill all of them, both of them. Mel, who was aiding and abetting the torture of beast women, and Reef Talon, who we actually want to be in charge. I would be happy to kill all three of these dudes down here. All of them. So we'll go ahead and say that is my plan, actually, if the game will let us. So let's quick save before these no doubt momentous events occur. Let's see what happens. The young sage watches the growing argument between Jaspos and Wagstaff. As you approach, he interrupts their bickering with a cheerful salutation. The Fatebinder returns! Reef Talon has rejoined us, and with all her limbs. He glances at his fellow magicians. Something to celebrate, of course. Neither Jaspos nor Wagstaff seem to share his satisfaction. And Lexine, did you find any trace of her? We found her alive in the depths. She insists she will not return. I suppose I should have guessed that. You don't wander off into the old walls, generally speaking, if you intend on coming back. Unless you're you, apparently. Enough. More important matters are at hand. The two men lock eyes as their nearby attendants and aides gather and close ranks. Jaspos and Wagstaff, as well as their assorted followers, all appear ready to fight. So we can ask what's going on here, we can glare silently, or we can say, move along, move along. We're going to be a little more direct and say what's going on here. Just some long overdue sorting of affairs, I suppose you could say. The good Tidecaster and I seem to have similar plans for Reef Talon. That's ominous. More to the point, the Forgebound Master and I have mutually exclusive plans for this settlement. The wound needs one leader only. Agreed. Both men stare at each other with sneers and puffed up posture. Nearby citizens look on in terrified silence as the crowd bristles with violent anticipation. We can, again, we could be direct, be silent, all of you. I mean, my character is pissed, I gotta say, so one, appeals to me. Number two, saying perhaps we should take this away from the community, that seems like a good idea. Let's go with number 2. Let's try to keep the community safe, and if bloodshed does break out between these two, which I'm happy to have occur, maybe we won't have townspeople joining in. The Fatebinder makes a point. Tensions are high, and we should spare the others the spectacle, should we find no amicable accord. Agreed. Nose place. Reef Talon has perch above to watch nest. No words will carry down to tribe's ears. No howls or screams. Her large paw presents you a keystone. Okay. I will resolve this dispute, and my decisions will not be questioned. Each of you will gather your supporters and meet me there. Okay, there's still going to be a scrap, I guess. But that's fine. Perhaps this is the wisest course of action. We will prepare ourselves and meet you at once. All right, cool. So, apparently we completed a quest. And we now want to teleport to Wellspring Cascade. Can we do that here? I suspect no. We need to go down here so we can use that new keystone we just got and teleport to this new area. I am going to miss this music once we leave for good. Okay. Can I click on that? Can I click? Okay.
Right.
All right, let's do that again. Use the keystone. Use Insipid Moniker's keystone. Okay, I don't think we're in the right area. So, the question is... Well, let's look at the journal. You got a keystone from Reef Talon that can be used on a teleporter near the Bastard's Wound Forge. The teleporter will take you to Wellspring Cascade. Okay, so that is up here. And specifically here. So, let's make our way up. I don't think we've used that teleporter at all, so I guess that's why. I guess that's why I had forgotten about it. All right, let's quick save one more time, and let's do it. Okay, so we need to investigate the area. This is a decently sized area. Y'all can only see part of the map, but I don't know. Bigger than some, smaller than others. So let's just walk around. Ah, secrets. An iron axe. Let's open this thing. We got some potions. Okay, spell defense. We might find ourselves needing that. What is this? The water tumbles over the edge and into the fractured depths. This position offers a fine view of the Wounds farm far below. Okay, cool. Maybe this is the source of the waterfall we see when you enter the farm area. See, can we? Okay, we cannot walk into the water. Not that I know why we would want to necessarily, but still good to know. Let's see if we can find any more loot. Yeah, good treasure. Some more over here. All right, so only one actual point of interest. Let's save again. I do wonder if this kind of water area will change. It's just this area is so big in comparison to the actual amount of explorable area that it's just noticeable to me. But let's move up and see if we can change the course of history, I guess. There's nobody here. Are we about to be ambushed? Okay, cutscene time. All right. So some shit is going to go down. Hopefully, maybe. Oh. Wow, a lot of people here. Okay. The spray from the nearby waterfall blankets the overlook with a chill mist. Perched high above the settlement, a sizable crowd of Wagstaff and Jasper's loyalists have gathered in support of their chosen leader. The young scribe separates the two obstinate halves with frequent but ineffective entreaties. Calm yourselves. We're here to settle a delicate matter. An impulsive wrong move shatters everything we've built into this place. Reef Talon has returned. I know many of you fear her, but she is the mightiest of our settlement, and there may be more to her mystical powers. We've only begun. We don't need that mother of sleepless in our settlement. I say we end this old beast. Alive, she's a risk, but dead, she can be of value. Ooh. The old tidecaster angrily raps the damp floor with his staff. You're witnessing a rare moment. I agree with our vainglorious master of bragging on one thing. Reef Talon's time has come and gone. She deserves a merciful death. Her service to our community has earned her no less. Her death will save countless lives and redeem this mother of sleepless of her shame. Silence. Let the beast woman speak. Again, I just want to reiterate, I want to murder both of these two men. And 3, if we're including Mel, for the just absolutely loathsome way they've treated the beast women in this area. So that's our goal. Let the beast woman speak. Beast woman returns to protect tribe, to put end to infantile squabbling. Fatebinder helped Reef Talon find insight and will to master mending rites. Reef Talon can lead packmates in times of victory and tend fallen in times of duress. Humans will step aside. Reef Talon is returned. Indeed, the good beast woman's return could herald a better direction for the wound. Something for us to carefully consider, certainly. He produces pen and parchment and holds them at the ready. For the record, of course. Fatebinder, how would you like to proceed? I'm going to say I've already come to a decision. I hope this doesn't screw me over, but let's try it. Wait, so soon? Already? But not everyone has had a chance to speak yet. Mel's surprise is quickly tempered by a timid tone. As you wish, Fatebinder. Who should govern Bastard's Wound? Okay. First choice, Reef Talon. That's who we want to lead. It's interesting that number 4 is none of you have proven yourselves. I will govern Bastard's Wound myself, but I don't want that kind of responsibility. And I'm all here for Reef Talon, so Reef Talon will, in fact, lead Bastard's Wound. The Beast Woman steps forward hesitatingly. Is Fatebinder certain? Many human kith do not accept Reef Talon as Prima. Wagstaff and Jaspos do not accept. Beast Woman only wants to help Wound Tribe, does not desire fighting amongst packmates.
I sure hope this is a wise decision. If we return to a den of sleepless, chances are we screwed up.
He's implying that if she's in charge, basically everybody will end up sleepless in the end, but I'm going to remain optimistic.
If Wound Kin wish to live next to Bane, must have powerful Prima in charge. Beast Woman is only proper choice.
I dare say she's probably the best hope for this place.
I agree. If I may interject, I must say that Reef Talon has proven her capacity for leadership in the past. While I'm certain all parties present have the interests of the Wound at heart, I dare say the Beast Woman is uniquely positioned to shepherd us through these strange times. Reef Talon, you've gained control over your powers. There's no reason to be apprehensive anymore. Fatebinder's words are right. Reef Talon has tamed mystic strength. Wound Tribe will grow strong with mending rites. Scourge beasts and outside tribes cannot harm Wound warriors with Beast Woman as Prima. She stares down her rivals with a menacing glare. Blood feud between Ocean Mystic and Stone Smasher has grown into endless poison. Reef Talon will again hold squabbling humans down until silent, like unruly cubs. The Beast Woman rises to her full height. Reef Talon is Prima of Wound Tribe. Will fight so clan may grow strong. Fatebinder, I hope I've shown the court that I'm a reasonable man, but I must protest this decision. I find it difficult to understand how you can advocate on behalf of this deserter of a beast. She abandoned us, and now we are to view her as a leader? Dude, you were murdering beast women. Fuck off. Let's not forget her penchant for transforming people into babbling, incoherent idiots. You would have us put this freak at the head of our table? Interesting choices here. Number 1 is firm. Number 2, kind of fun. Number 3, I wish 3 was the text that went along with number 2. But you know, when the dialogue option says attack, I mean, that's what's going to happen. I'm not feeling charitable, I gotta say. I think I might do number 3. This might be a tough fight, I'm not gonna lie, but I want to kill both of these guys. So let's do it. I'll not suffer this insubordination. Fall in line or face a Fatebinder's justice. I didn't come here and raise this settlement from its meager beginnings to follow the commands of a Fatebinder and his flea-ridden pet. I'll be damned if my legacy is buried here by those without vision. As he raises his hammer, a chorus of readied weapons ring out in support. I wanted to avoid bloodshed, but I'm truthfully grateful you forced us to this point. Conflict brings out the truth of a man, and you're looking at one that'd sooner drown in his own excrement than suffer some outsider telling me what to do with my home. Cries of support ring out amongst his followers, who charge you with weapons drawn. All right. A noticeably smaller group of people, but Kill Jaspos and Wagstaff is, in fact, our command here, and I am only too happy to do so. So what do we got? We have some shielded bros. Why is this woman... That's annoying. I could overlook it in the dungeon, but, like, I feel like she should be on our side. So... I think I'm going to make a manual save here because we have a quick save before all of this conversation. And if this somehow turns into like a really dicey fight, I want to have some options available. So let's start here. Let's go ahead and buff my character. See how this starts out. We're gonna drop an AoE heal right about, well, let's try here. Lantry, you also do that, and then we needed to rest before we could use this. That's too bad. Okay, well, we can use this once per encounter, and I feel like we may as well just do it right at the start. All right, let's see how this goes. Actually, forgot to drop my heal, so let's do that. So people are coming to us, which I'm fine with, in theory at least. Let's drop a haste on ourselves. Okay, let's see here. What do we want to do first? So my character is kind of attacking Jaspos, so let's just go ahead and lean into that. Let's sunder his armor. Okay, great. And let's see here. Let's kind of target, root and terrify. Let's see, what's the highest number? Maybe we'll do this. Let's try that. Okay, good. Let's light him on fire. And actually, let's do some consumables. I should have done this earlier, but that's all right. Holy smokes, plus 30 lore? Yeah, Lantry, you are gonna take this for sure. Wait, can I do that? Can you not take consumables which aren't in your inventory in combat? Oh no! Oh, that's a bummer. All right, change of plans. Okay then. Lantry. Okay, we have to left click on that. That's what we need to do there. Okay, let's see here. Armor stolen on weapon crit. Let's do that. And for our character, what are our options? Just a potion of heroes. We actually haven't used any of these yet, so let's try that. All right, the fire of the gods are coming down on us, but we're not dead yet. However, Lantry, why don't you heal yourself, and maybe we'll get some AoE heals out of that. Ebb, I think I want you to... let me think here. Let's just do some Grave Strike. Yeah, let's do that. And then you... Let's try... Yeah, let's try a bleeding attack on him. Nice. We got a lot of heals there. I don't know how well that came through, but that came through pretty well. Or that worked pretty well, actually. Let's sunder him. I guess we can't. Oh, yeah. No, there we go. We'll sunder him. Okay, Jaspos is down. Who do we want to focus on next? Let's go with this person since they're low on health. Go ahead and stab. Great, so that got us some heals. So let's turn to this guy. Apparently I just kind of knocked flat on my ass. Embarrassing. Great, okay, yeah, let's take out... Well, we have 2 mages left. Oh god, the screams of characters when you light them on fire is just horrifying. Oh, and Wagstaff is down. Great. Wonderful. God, that was a very satisfying fight. Both mechanically and just in terms of the story. Like, I was so happy to murder these two. Mystics of stone and water bray no more. Wound is quiet now. But maybe Reef Talon finds it too quiet. Tribe is weaker, without strength of crafter of many, many things, and strange old man that gestures at moon and water. The massive beast slams a meaty fist into the flagstone. Reef Talon is sorry Mystics died. More sorry Reef Talon did not eat hearts and livers. Well, I mean, they're still here if you want. Must apologize. Have little time to discuss. Best warriors die hunting Reef Talon. Best mystics no longer motivated by chase to make many, many things. Beastwoman teach show new pack and loom over lazy humans until Jor's done. All right. So we completed that quest, and we have an achievement, string not found. It's the second one we've encountered of those. So what now? Looks like we missed some Chronicles fragments. Thought there would be, Wagstaff's staff and Jaspus's armor. Well, we can't use heavy armor. Vial of inexplicably heavy water. This vial of crystal clear water is much heavier than a vial of plain water has any right to be. All right, fair enough. Eb, how would you like to have this staff? There's nothing special about it. There's no reason to keep it. All right, well, that's an odd choice, I guess. And materials. What do you have to say? We'll watch over tribe. Woundkin shall not perish.
On it.
Okay. I mean, is that it? I still want to stick a knife in Mel's chest, though. Feels a little anticlimactic, I gotta say. She glances away, avoiding eye contact with you. Well, we killed her lover, so I guess that's fair. I mean, is that really it? I mean, I guess we can talk to Mel. Greetings, Fatebinder. I did not expect to see you back so soon. The wound has been mostly harmonious since you last saw us. I mean, this is the kind of thing that I would expect him to say if I had just left and now I'm back after some unspecified period of time. He has nothing new to say. There's probably no one down there. I am confused and or underwhelmed. I mean, I guess we can sell some leave now. Okay, interesting. I hope you made the right call, Fatebinder. Okay. I mean, everybody in this settlement had chosen, not everybody, but many people in this settlement had chosen, you know, they're going to follow Wagstaff or they're going to follow Jaspos. So it's not surprising to me exactly that, like, a lot of them are pissed at me. But at the same time, like, I just feel like there should have been more, I don't know, just something more. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to look for more Chronicle pages. There are an unspecified number left to find, so we'll just wander around for a little bit. What? Oh, sorry. Okay, what do we have here? Search the old walls for additional fragments. We found the one in the farm. We found the one in the fractured depths. So we are now in the abyss, which according to the map is the lowest section of these old walls. So let's wander around again. I'm going to hold the tab button down to look for any highlighted items. And we'll see if... I don't know. We'll see if we can find these chronicles. See if we missed anything at all, really. I don't really remember what we may or may not have been missing. Blue did not appear to do much. And I believe I need to be in the area for the kind of interactable item to appear if there are any more chronicles left to find. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to actually physically walk into every area here. I suppose I could go speak with Lexime again. All right, where did this take us? I don't remember. Where are we? We are in the fractured depths, and we found the Chronicle here already. So theoretically, we don't need to be here anymore. Theoretically. All right, let's click over here. And then we'll head north-ish and see what there is. I don't know. And right in here is just a creature hanging out. I mean, these portals, they had to activate some way, right? I mean, there's like switches like here. I guess I did say if I couldn't figure it out, I would Google it. Let's keep walking around first. Or, I don't know, let's try some more keys here. I'm sure we did this already. I apologize. But I don't know, I'm just curious to see what'll happen. So only purple, and it was already purple when we got here, so that's nothing new, I guess. Oh, there's a treasure chest we missed. Weird. All right, Eliane, do you have anything new to say? No. Any new color effects? All right, Lexime, how are you going to react when we tell you? Nothing. What a bizarre... I mean, if this is the end... What a bizarre end. Oh, these are from one of the other dungeons. Okay, truly nothing to interact with here. let's click over here. That's probably gonna take a little while for our characters to zip on over. Hopefully they don't get stuck along the way. I liked this expansion quite a bit. However, if it just ends like this with basically zero follow-up, I will be pretty disappointed, because up to this point everything was kind of fleshed out and explained pretty well. I don't know, I just was expecting a bit more, I guess. At the same time, I mean, I won't, like, be upset if, we haven't... okay, alright, maybe we have not opened this door yet, so... Oh, come on, positioning. What the hell is this? Ancient Old Walls parchment. You discovered this ancient parchment deep within the Bastard's Wound Old Walls, but cannot decipher the notation printed on it. A recruited researcher might help you determine its origins and meanings. Okay. I mean, recruit in this case would mean at one of our spires, I suppose. All right. We're going to save here because there's absolutely going to be a fight. This might be one of the Chronicles. Yeah, it is. Found another one. This should be enlightening. Lantry smiles victoriously as he hefts a weighty parchment tome. Festivities of the Tears, subtitle, A Survey of Social Days. I don't know about you, but I'm excited already. Drafting of the Fields stories, some rather ribald marriage bed anecdotes, a study of regional variations in title retreat celebrations, and more tournament reports than one might ever wish to read. It's all very fascinating to a historian like me, but I'm sure this is of little interest to you. We can move on. Lantry taps at the cover of the tome, his face lost in thought. Let's give this a close read, please. Yeah. Yes, my thoughts exactly. Well, let's take a closer look, shall we? The old man scours the pages, his eyes darting about the texts with zeal. Some of these pages are missing, not like I expected these would all be pristine. It's pages of Tearsman cultural studies. Doubt you'd find any of this intriguing. May I have a look? Let's do that. But of course. He hands you the heavy tome and you begin to flip through the pages, your eyes scanning along page after page of flowing text, most of it changing inks and handwriting styles. The tome is as Lantry described, filled to the brim with stories of feasts and festivals, including such details as guests in attendance and wines served. Don't know why the screen flashed there, but okay. Each turn of the page reveals more and more notes on celebrations and festivals, major and minor. Your head swims with the names and dates of countless past festivities, until at last you arrive at the end cover, your eyes heavy from skimming uneven handwriting. Okay, let's go with the lore option first. Let's stay on brand here. I'm weak on my Tearsman scripts, but this passage says Festival of Nerat. Odd, right? Nerat? What? Hand me that. Lantry tugs the tome from your grasp and furiously skims the passages in question. Festival of Nerat? Since when was... Oh, since 419. Since 419? Well, why is this the first I'm hearing of this Tears-wide celebration? He flips through the remaining pages, his eyes rapidly scanning the text with a series of grimaces and grumbles. festival to Narat 10 years before the festival seems unlikely. Unlikely? Pardon my ardent speak, but it's fucking absurd. This isn't accurate. Why would someone... Lantry drops his hand into his palm, letting out a muted, raspy groan. I think the why is obvious. This creates a pretense that Tearsmen have been worshipping or loyal to the Arcana of Secrets voluntarily before the war. Purpose? The only purpose the Chronicle serves is the retelling of it all. It is a cardinal sin of our craft to modify the telling, regardless of purpose. It seems obvious that Lexime wanted me to find a record of the sages and Tearsmen accepting the chorus, and by extension Kairos. Lexime desperately wanted us to save these chronicles. She made us swear on Kairos' name that we would. We were worried that doing so would be an avenue for people to be inspired to rebel against the Overlord. But if she's modifying the historical record, it almost seems like she's adding in just enough changes to kind of blunt that effect. Lantry is horrified by any of these changes, of course, but Lexime's motivations are a little more nuanced, I guess, than maybe I thought. Yeah, let's go with number 1. There might be some truth to that. Lantry's gaze falls to the ground and a soft sigh escapes his lips. I have a feeling there's even more errors hiding in these texts. He tucks the parchment into his bandolier with a sigh. But I can peruse these pages another time. No doubt there's still more to be found down here. Lead the way. Okay. I'm waiting for a journal pop-up to appear. Nothing yet. Okay. We do have more to find. It just didn't kind of pop up to update us. So I believe we are in the Darkened Hollow. Yes. So we need to go, well, elsewhere. All right, let's quick save again because I think we're going to fight some dudes after... Yep, right after that. All right.
Trouble is afoot. Get back here! Sorry.
Trouble is afoot.
On it. Will do.
Not too much to say here. Just punch it until it's dead, really. Nice. All right. And let's grab this stuff and grab this loot. Cool. Nothing else here. So, what does that mean? That means... means I'm having a hard time remembering where we are. Where did we come from? I think we came from here. So let's click here. Select everybody and then click here. And we can go elsewhere in the ruins, hopefully. Wonder what kind of payoff there's going to be for doing this. We might have to come back here. I'm not 100% sure, but let's go down here. Okay, we were just in the Darkened Hollow. We were in the Fractured Depths. And we found the item in the Fractured Depths. There was an item that we found in the Bastard's Wound farm. So that makes me think that in the Abyss, there is an item for us to find. Let me close this. Fractured Depths and Darkened Hollow. We are in the Abyss. I mean, it doesn't get much lower than the Abyss, right? So... And we are just in the Wellspring Cascade, so I don't know why an item would be there. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and do some Googling. So let me pull that up. Bastard's Wound Chronicle locations. Okay, a chronicle can be found in the chamber next to the western portal at the Abyss. All right, well, we are in the Abyss. Western portal.
Right.
Oh, western, sorry. That would be up here, I believe. Let's see if this is what we're looking for. I don't know, not seeing much. This is, I guess I would call this the northern portal. I don't know. What did that do? Interesting. Interesting. Let's see here. Chronicle can be found in the chamber next to the western portal at the Abyss. I mean, that's about as clear as you can get, right? Like, I don't know. Let's try up here again. Let's keep the tab button held down in case anything else gets highlighted. No, west. Oh my god. I am an idiot. I'm an actual idiot. West portal. It's here. I can see the glow. Holy smokes. How did I miss this? Oh man, you have to notice the sparkle and then get close enough for it to appear interactable, is what that seems like. All right, I think this is the last one. Another find. No matter how old I get, the smell of found parchment never ceases to get me going. Almanac of Azure, 420 through 422. If grain yields turn you on, I have some steamy reading for you. Minutes from the ardent peace accords of 419. A snore even by my standards. What else? And then there's, back to Azure, years 423 through 426, and, well, that's odd. Lantry falls silent, absorbed in reading. Let's give this a close read. My thoughts exactly. This seems wrong. Read here. Lantry tilts the tome toward you, pointing to a passage of text that has his attention. See this page? Well, maybe don't bother with the whole thing, it's rather dense, but here's something fascinating. It's about House Varaya and House Pelox having a two-span war over who owned some portion of what's now southwestern Stone Sea. Notice something unusual? Well, what does this have to say? Okay, this is the specific text that he's referring to. Captain Pelox turned to his troops, falcons raised high. Let us praise Queen Alanta for this bounty on our eve of battle, and though we slaughter 2 goats in her name, let us slaughter 3 in reverence of Graven Ash, Archon of War. Let us become that which we fear, invincible, indefatigable, indivisible. While numerous tearsmen have claimed a lifelong fixation with Graven Ash, you have only ever heard a tearsman speak such things when they are bowed before you, desperate to evade execution or conscription. While it's possible that well-connected tearsmen knew of the Archon prior to the war, a noble invoking his name in a pre-battle speech is highly improbable. Yes. Same as the previous one we found. So 2 tribes of tearsmen have a fight, and they invoke Graven Ash's name before the fight? That seems an error. Exactly. That feud happened by many accounts, but the way it's described here? Nonsense. Tearsmen calling on Graven Ash for favor before a battle? Come on now, that never would have happened. Some fools around here didn't even bother to learn the name of the fearsome general waiting across the isthmus to invade. Can you tell when this was written? Was it penned back then, or is it more recent? Oh, a good question to ask. With a twirl of the hand, he produces a dry quill and scrapes at the ink written along the Chronicle margins. Minimal flaking for a dark umber ink, probably not more than a few years old. Not encouraging. You could correct the record. You keep suggesting that. And given my duty to the true accounting of all things, it seems the right move. When we're back at the spire, the record will be corrected. With the various scrolls tucked under his bandolier, Lantry feigns collapse under the burden, then steadies his balance with a smile.
We could continue scrounging the area, but considering the small mountain of parchment I'm carrying, I think we found all we're going to find.
Okay. Lantry runs his hand across one of the numerous Chronicle volumes found in your search.
I think I'd like to hear what Lexime has to say about all of this. I was slow to accept it, but these changes are her doing. She owes me her reasoning.
And what are you hoping to hear from her?
An explanation, an apology maybe. I never expected a chronicler to behave like this.
I think I can tell you what she'll say. Ah, interesting. We have some choices. I assume she'll be aghast that you discovered the deceits she expected me not to notice. I'm leaning between that one, which is number 4, and number 2. Her missive asked for a fate binder to find these texts, and she didn't expect to involve you, nor the whole Chronicle. Let's go with number 2.
The moment she violated a Chronicle passage, she involved me. Though, you are right. It's not as if she systematically altered every Chronicle ever written. You are right. This was a ploy to fool the court, not me. I don't have to approve of it, but I can almost appreciate her thinking. Whatever her reasons, I disagree with how she has tampered with history. Though I doubt my dissent matters to her at this point. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. Ever onward.
Ever onward. All right, well, let's go talk to Lexime then. don't really know what I was expecting from this quest, but I guess it wasn't this. I don't think my Fatebinder would be feeling pretty charitable towards her right now. But we'll see what she has to say. And we'll quick save before this goes down. I have the text you wanted me to gather. Thank you, Fatebinder. She bows deeply, her face turning red as she looks toward Lantry. Lies! And the worst kind, too. Falsities strewn about a bed of facts, grains of poison in the rice. You aren't wrong, dear Lantry, but certainly you must understand my endgame. What purpose does the Chronicle serve now? Is it reference? Joyous reading? I may have made a few edits, but I've created something that might save lives. You violated the way of the chroniclers. I doubt Lantry sees the value of pragmatism. I don't know. Let's go with number 1, actually. Lantry, she wanted me, a Fatebinder, to find these texts. Don't you understand? So you're justifying your lies now. This is not how proper sages behave. Tell the whole story, the good parts and the bad. Is that not our way? Our way ended with Kairos. Our school is gone. I'm but a pale shade of what I used to be. All that we can do with our record is maybe, just maybe, save some lives. If just one person was saved because Tunon's court had some record of tearsmen showing fealty to Kairos before this war came to pass, what if we saved lives? You would squander every prior act of academic discipline that came before you on the chance of exonerating someone. I'm sad I lived to see this day. Let's remain silent for at least one more. But why cling to the truths that will bury us? If we are perceived as laughable but honest, let us use our reputation for honesty to save whomever we can. I'm leaning towards number 1. Not necessarily because I want to side with Lantry, but because my character is a lawyer, and I think she would appreciate the truth no matter what. And maybe to put it a little more bluntly, she has no motivation to want to help some hypothetical tearsman in the future. And it's extremely vague as to what kind of help they would even receive based off of this. So it's all like wishes and hypotheticals and all that. So let's go with number 1. The essence of Kairos' conquest is making the enemy compromise. Bend the truth and you have truly lost. I'm as self-serving as it gets, and even I feel like this principle matters more than a few lives. Generations of sages toiled to make this record right and true. Would you truly squander their life efforts? You speak true, and I cannot say the same. Lexime cups her face in her hands, wiping away errant tears. If the others knew what I've been doing, what have I done? Thank you, Ironfist. I apologize for the deceit and half-truths, but by now you must understand my intentions are kind. Since you held your end of the bargain to preserve my texts, I submit now to your judgment. She drops to one knee. My magic has left me. I have forgotten what it feels like to dream. Please, I think I wish to be free of my regrets. I'm going to go with number 3 here, actually, because I was just thinking if I kill her, that's less chance that she can help. I mean, that means she can't help Reef Talon with her magic, and I think she needs that help. Your sentence is to keep living and learn more of your sleepless condition. Perhaps you could help others. I am sworn to the Fatebinder's side, but I will endeavor to return to you if and when I can. Forgive me. I had been readying myself for the end, but if my punishment is to live to help the other sleepless, well, I shall not defy such a merciful ruling. Thank you, Iron Fist, for everything. One last thing. Maxime draws her dagger, gripping it by the blade, and presents it, handle forward. I like the magic to make this sing like I once did, and the Bane don't seem to attack me. Better you have this. You say this with such finality. Lantry blinks rapidly before shaking off the sorrow with a pained smile. Such a treasured blade will be used in great deeds. Thank you, Maxime. All right. So that's Lantry's quest done, maybe? I don't know. What does he have to say?
One moment, my friend. Just...
Current matters?
Of course. How can I help?
Questions?
I am nothing if not a semi-reliable font of knowledge. What did you want to discuss? I know... I am nothing if not a semi-reliable font of knowledge. Well, you might want to ask a more soldierly type about...
Nada. Just nothing. Okay, we got a new dagger, I guess, called Circular Reason. One-handed and thrown weapons. What is he? Because he's still using his default weapon, I guess. Lantry's quill, one-handed and thrown weapons. Right, okay. So, how does that compare to this? Interesting. All right. This has plus 10 control life. Okay, that's good. That's great. This has ethereal drain, 3 points stolen from a random attribute for a short duration. Well balanced throwing knife. I think I want to give this to Lantry. Just I don't know, give him something new. Yeah. Let's try that. Okay. Is there anything left? No, we finished that quest. Wild. Okay. All right, I'm going to Google that scary looking boss because again, there's just nothing popping up about it. Okay, Tyranny, Bastard's Wound, Lullaby. For me, Lullaby is just sitting there on the pedestal. There's no way for me to get to it or even attack it. See here. Let's see here. Don't know if this is a bug or what, but okay, so there's a quest called Bones of the Beast or Blood of the Beast. Oh, so if we worked more with Jaspos, he would need bones to sustain water for the wound. He believes that due to her magical abilities, her bones would allow him to filter water for years instead of mere weeks. This quest is only available after completing napping on the job without offending Jaspos. We absolutely offended Jaspos. Where the path diverges is when you encounter Lexime, who will sick the lullaby on you. After you defeat it, talk to her again, then meet Reef Talon. Wow. So that's just a whole quest path that I just can't access. That's crazy. I'm not like upset or anything. It's just kind of wild. this monster is just hanging out there that we can't do anything with. So shit, you guys, I think we might have finished Bastard's Wound. I don't know, Eb, do you have anything to say about the fact that we killed Wagstaff?
Oh, I didn't think I'd ever see this stuff again. Wagstaff must have salvaged it from the Academy of Tides.
Okay, I didn't read that last one previously quickly enough, but she's referring to the curiously heavy vial of water that we picked up a little while ago. So, what is it exactly?
At the risk of sounding like a pedantic sage, it's potentially several things at the moment. Occulted Jade, Archon of Tides, had a trick to turn things into water and back again. This little vial here is halfway through that transformation. It's just waiting for the and back again step.
Can you do something with it?
Occulted Jade made her war staff out of this stuff. And now that she's gone, what's to stop me?
A war staff? I like the sound of that. Indeed I do.
As do I. Nothing wrong with my current one, but a little innovation never hurt, right?
Agreed.
Tradition-wise, you make sculptures and tools out of ocean alloy, but only the Archon and her guards were permitted to wear it into battle. But if she wanted us to follow her rules, she shouldn't have jumped ship and abandoned the Tears.
Tidecaster tradition is whatever you decide it is from this point onward, because I think she is the last Tidecaster in the world, so...
Can't argue with that logic.
Holding syzygy in one hand, Eb uncorks the vial with her thumb and pours the water on the blades that crown the staff. The water ripples around the contours of the battle staff, spreading to envelop the weapon's volume in a thin, shimmering coating. Placing both hands on the handle of the staff, Eb pulls with both hands, straining with all her might until at last the staff splits in two. Her old staff in one hand, a shimmering, translucent twin in the other. Ooh.
Now all we need to do is get ourselves into trouble and test this out. Knowing us, that won't take long.
Hell yeah. Cool weapon upgrade, Eb. You acquired Wave's Crest. Alright, so that is this one. Surging on weapon crit, 20 to 27 crush damage. Foe is soaked for 15 seconds. Calling on both the Water of Life and Searing Rays of Gravelight, Eb establishes a tidal link between her blood and that of her victim, slowly leaching from them their very essence and adding it to her own. The amount of health she drains scales with the item's renown. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Awesome. I do love a fun, glowy weapon. Alright, I don't know. Kills, do you have anything to say? The dark-furred beast woman snuffs and quivers, panting lightly at your approach. She hunches low, long, gangly fingers caressing the ground.
Alpha to kills in shadow smells good. Like mountain dew. Makes beast woman blood stir. Run hot. Makes beast woman want to hunt, bite, rot. Fate binder wants beast woman?
Had any good hunts lately?
Good, yep. And many more than 5.
The beast woman flexes and curls her claws in the air, the pitch blackness of them suddenly striking, a stark reminder of their power, their ability to kill.
Loped through strange-smelling graveyard of sage mystics and a light of new moon. Dug, but only found rat-gnawed human bones.
Well, that doesn't sound like a good hunt. Alright. Alright, I think we're going to head back to Aspire. I just can't believe that there's just no, like, come down from the events prior. I don't know. Maybe I need to truly leave and come back, but I mean, I don't know. Let's go to the farm. Let's see what Tycho has to say. Since both of those people we killed were fucking up her farm, so I feel like she would be happy to hear about that. Welcome back. I haven't seen Klados or Lunette around here recently. Think I'd keep them here after what they done? I spelled it out clear to them. Jump the wound, that breach I mean, or get tossed in when the beastmen finish sharpening their claws on them. Even offered them jobs back if they made the jump. Suffice it to say, they didn't. Tampering with someone's water is tampering with the lifeblood of their whole family. Harsh, but entirely justified. Yikes. She had them jump this massive cliff here, I believe, is if I'm interpreting that correctly. Brutal. And Lunette had a kid, too. All right. I think we're ready to continue on unless something... I don't know. Unless something else happens on our way out. Okay. Let's see here. I think we can just click on this and we'll be done. Pretty decent expansion overall. I mean, the ending is kind of a big wet fart, but everything leading up to it was quite good, in my opinion. Yeah, let's go to the Spire. 2 days, holy crap. Can we cancel that? Maybe I just want to go here. While making your way through the wilderness, you come upon several dense shrubs liberally dotted with crimson berries. The fruits are plump and ripe. I'm just going to continue on. We have not had good experiences with these berries. Oh, Lord. This is like the 5th or 6th berry event that we've had, and the majority of them have ended poorly. All right, Scarfist, what do you have for me? Okay, we can train. Well, we have a shitload of money. I think we're going to level up here, actually. Yes, we are. Great. Okay, and for you, let's see. Ah, unarmed combat, yeah. Apparently we have not trained kills in shadow at all, so... I have so much money, like, I just don't even care. Okay. Oh, Lord. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, all right. We're good.
Learn something every day.
All right, let's get some level ups in, everybody. Let's just boost the defense. Let's save. Yep. And as far as abilities go, We've kind of been ignoring his control vigor spells, to be honest, but let's see here. Let's just boost his healing even more, because he's been a great healer, I gotta say. Okay, for my character, don't have anything I'm dying to have at this point. Oh, interesting. Bonuses based on their fear or loyalty. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, let's just boost our unarmed mastery, though. Get those sweet hits in. And we have a level up point. Let's just, well, let's be quicker. I like quick. All right, and kills and shadow. I don't know. I think actually she could use some help in the. Oh, what? Why do we have 3 points to give her? I don't mind, to be clear, but that really surprised me just there. Okay, we'll just boost those stats because those were kind of harming her. I think 3 points. All right, what do we got? Bonus to experience gained in subterfuge, unarmed, and one-handed skills. Yeah, we got to do that. That seems too good to pass up. Further improves armor penetration. Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Maybe. Well, let's see here. Oh, interesting. I like these abilities. This is kind of a dump stat though for her character. So we'll just, I mean, okay. Put a point there. Now what do we have? Ah. Okay. These are good passives. I like these. I kind of ignored them because I just wanted to boost all this stuff right away, but I actually like these quite a bit. And she's kind of squishy, so let's go ahead and try to get some of these reductions to, in this case, crush damage. Yeah, I like that. Cool. All right. Gosh, let's see here. Interesting. My character has, what does this mean? This is orange. I don't know why it's orange. I don't know what that means. Does that mean, I mean, it says I can continue to level up. I thought maybe it meant I'd hit max level, but I mean, Kills and Shadow is higher level than me, so it's very confusing. All right. Trainer Reese, do you have anything to say here? I'd like to train. I think we have outclassed his ability to train us, actually. So, can we buy any new trainers? We would have to dismiss the ones we have, so. Not dying to do that, I guess. No, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay, all right. Let's see here. Control Frost, control Lightning. Sure, let's do that. Gosh, I don't know. Hides to upgrade armor. That sounds fine. And I don't know. More training, I guess, is good. What about our other ones? We are looking for a researcher, I believe, right? I feel kind of bad because I haven't actually looked at my Spire upgrades in quite a long time. Magic staff, sure. We have some staff users. And we'll do that. Okay. What about, okay, those are all hired up. Those are, okay, we can hire 2 more here. Middle armors, we don't need that. I think we're just going to grab these 2 then. So I believe we've hired everybody we can hire for our spires. We can dismiss some if we want to grab somebody else, but I think we're doing fine. Okay. Cool. Let's see. What does Siren have to say?
Hello, Fatebinder. What do you need?
Nothing new. All right. What about Verse? Or actually, let's talk to Thala over here. A woman in rusted, battered armor with spots of weathered skin showing through her face mask peers over the side of the spire. I'd like to train. Okay. Okay, I guess we can try this. Sure. Great. Okay. All right, Verse, do you have anything new to say? Okay, I thought my character had gotten kind of stuck, but
At your service, Fatebinder.
that's not
What
the
do you need?
case. Nothing.
My Lord Binder, you have something which requires my attention?
My Lord Binder, he says.
What can I do for you?
All right. Kind of a weird anticlimactic moment, I feel like, currently. Let's head to the mountain spire. No, I'm sorry. We want to go to Sunset Spire. Because then we can rest, get some nice stat boosts, and then we'll just continue on with the end of Act 2 and start up Act 3, I guess. It's, okay. We found this in the DLC just now. So I found this in the depths of the old walls. Another incredible find, Fatebinder. The scribe gingerly takes the offered document. Yes, these glyphs, and here, the grain of the sheet. This matches closely with other documents we found in the old walls. Whether that means it was left by those who created the old walls or by those who came later to study them, I would hesitate to conjecture. That's interesting, but can you tell me what it means? No one can simply decipher texts found in the old walls. At best, a few learned scribes can interpret the writings left in those depths to uncover lost aspects of sigils. Even that requires time and effort. This is a particularly unusual specimen. These repeated glyphs may be some manner of mathematical notation, expressing the relationships between specific values. Think of fractions of a whole, for instance. Yet they seem simply listed rather than part of any equation, and at regular intervals as well. Fascinating. Please continue. It is fascinating. I'm gladdened by your appreciation. Oh, Lord. While there remains every possibility that this is some manner of ritual or mathematical proof, perhaps something even more mundane, such as a record of accounting or a recipe, what the document most reminds me of is the notation utilized to record music. Maybe we found something for Siren? If anyone could shed light on this, I imagine it would be the Archon of Song. We are right. If my inkling is correct and it's some sort of music, her special gift might provide insight. Were I you, I would avail myself of her expertise. Okay, we will do so. Let's save. And let's zoom in here and talk to Siren.
I couldn't help but notice you speaking to Sage Garrus at your library. What were the two of you discussing?
Give her the parchment. He thinks this might be written music. What do you think?
I think I'll be happy to give these a reading. No promises, of course.
She pores over the pages with a critical eye, at times pausing to raise a hand to her lips and ponder. Finally, Siren nods with a sense of understanding and clears her throat to speak up.
I think your researcher was right. This definitely describes music. No wonder it felt so familiar to me.
So when we first entered this expansion area, Siren noticed or heard like a song of some kind, and then we swapped her out for a different party member. And I was wondering how we would continue that quest, but it looks like this is the way, in fact.
It'll take a little while to fully understand. The relationship between tones are universal, but tempo and volume vary. Just because the notation looks intuitive doesn't mean it is. If I'm right about what's on this page, though, it's related to that humming stone Cairn left for me. Not that I have any idea what that could mean.
Maybe Karen was much older than anybody thought?
Literally older than the mountains? I doubt it. Why would someone that old let Kairos control him?
Okay.
Whatever the truth, interpreting this may help me better understand my abilities.
She fails to hide a mischievous grin. We could destroy them. God, what a dick move. All right, I look forward to finding out what you uncover, Siren. Good luck.
When I figure this song out, you'll be the first to hear.
She strides away, focused on the parchment. Okay. Is there a quest associated with this? No, there is not. Okay, Siren, it's been 10 seconds. Have you figured it out?
Fatebinder. What do you need?
Come with me, Siren.
Well, then, let's go.
Let's maybe replace kills and shadow.
Wait for a short while.
Wait, shit.
Hello, Fatebinder. What do you need? Well then, let's go.
Okay. We need to level her up. She's got 3 points. Glass cannon continues, I guess. Oh, that took 2 points. Okay. We're not going to do that just yet. Yes. And a little bit quicker. Little bit quicker. Okay. And then as far as abilities go, we have so many options. Siren's presence inspires the party. Granting experience for magic. Siren can retain breath for several minutes. That sounds good. While not wearing heavy armor, Siren is immune to engagement. Holy shit. That means they just won't attack her, right? I mean, short of like an AoE ability. That's how I'm interpreting that. Oh my god. Yes, please. Please, please, please. And grants her 50% critical deflection. Okay. Awesome. What a cool character. I just really enjoyed this. I loved having the characters that we had in our party for a long time in the Bastard's Wound content, but I'm glad I can bring Siren back in. Aria of Winter. Wave of icy winds that washes over enemies. God, that's amazing. And this just boosts her songs. I'm going to go with this, though. I forget exactly what breath is used for, but I think it's a good thing. I think it's something we want, so... I'm sorry. I don't remember all the details, but we'll make it work. Okay, cool. Cool. So as far as the main quest actually goes, we're supposed to inform Narat of Cairn's destruction. And both of the Archons are sort of equally responsible for the civil war that has broken out between them. But we will leave that for the next time we speak to Tunon. So, we wanted to rest at our spire so that we can get a buttload of bonus points. I think that's this one. We'll see, though. We will see. Lysandra, do you have anything for me? Oh, we're training. Oh, she can get a lot of training. I have so much money, I don't even care. Delightful. Okay.
Ooh, Kairos is gonna hate that.
Okay. We'll get another level up for her because heck yeah. Let's see here. Sure. Let's do that. And we'll put another point into... I don't know, maybe we want some more active abilities. Whenever we're in combat, I kind of just let her do her own thing, and I don't really know what to do with her otherwise, so let's maybe give ourselves some more options. So, we'll just do that. Let's all take a sweet nap. Let's all take a sweet nap. Yes, I would like to rest, thank you. All right, let's go talk to the voices of Narat and end Act 2. Hopefully start Act 3. Let's do it, kids. I think I said before, I'm kind of itching to finish this. Not necessarily because I'm like tired of the game or anything, but like it's a good game and I want it to, I want to see the conclusion, you know? I want to see how all this stuff ends up when all is said and done. Like, you know, I'm thinking about it now. The reason I'm really bummed about the ending to that Bastard's Wound stuff was that, I just wanted a full accounting of my character's choices, and I wanted to see how, I don't know, everything plays out. And Bastard's Wound just ended. It didn't end, it just stopped. It just stopped. And that disappointed me. After everything that came before, there was no catharsis, really. So I hope the base game doesn't have the same issue. It looks like yet another person we sent to the voices has perished, so that's shitty. The once proud leader of the Stone Stalker tribe lays upon the ground, reduced to nothing more than a decorative animal. You see some familiar but distinctive footprints facing away from Hundred Blood's body, giving you the distinct impression that Narat may be using her as an improvised seat. Ugh. That sucks. But we made our bed, so guess we have to sleep there. Alright, let's talk to him. The voices of Narat regards you with an unreadable expression. Maybe we should kill them all and start again. That would be a delight. Bah, we can always dispatch our howling mob when Ash and his iron claws are a stain on this country. Fatebinder, always a pleasure. Indeed. Okay. I've successfully resolved the Edict of Stone. And Cairn the Insufferable is vanquished from the lands. As much as that rebellious simpleton of an Archon amused us, an edict resolved is more important to our purposes. He will not be missed, and our gangs will feast on the fruit of these lands. We thank you, dear Fatebinder, for your assistance. A shame that dire news is the only reward we have in hand. The Archon opens his palm to reveal the charred form of a carrier dove. Hours before you arrived, we received word from our agents in Vendrian's Well. It would seem the disfavored have marched across the mountains intent on taking your spire. Well, they can take my spire from my cold dead hands. How about some assistance? You certainly have gangs to spare, and then some. We have already dispatched a regiment. The Archon taps the chin of his mask, but they have a long trek ahead of them. They will fortify your position, but if you don't act fast, the fight may be over before they reach the well. All right, if you'll excuse me. And we have a new missive, a new email. An Archon's End. Dear Fatebinder Iron Fist, you ended an edict, and now you have ended an Archon. I know none in this court had much expectations for you when the Adjudicator initially brought you in among us. So many surprises in so short a span. You fascinate. While he lived, Cairn was a singular being, a titanic man born of the womb of Terratus herself, to hear some tell it. While none still living can provide account to that birth, you bore witness to his demise. Indeed, you precipitated it. I ask that you indulge my scholar's curiosity. What passed between you and the Archon of Stone in those final moments? Did the ground tear itself asunder as a widow rends her garments? Did the mountains groan a panegyric to their champion? Were there any final words from Cairn, spoken or inscribed? Does the crystal that reportedly protrudes from the cliff faces throughout Azure still glimmer? Or has it darkened? That last question, actually, I would be interested to know. I watch eagerly for your bird. We can straight up lie. That is an interesting choice, but no, we'll just describe interrupting the ritual. Fatebinder Rogalis, whatever the Earthshakers hoped to accomplish with the remains of their errant Archon, I put an end to it. Robed magicians and ironclad warriors alike fell before the onslaught, their rituals cut off mid-chant. The power they drew forth from Cairn roiled overhead, shuddering through the land as they collected it. The assault proved enough to disrupt the fragile spellwork, however, making of it a gaping wound. The magic flowed from the Archon of Stone as readily as the blood fled his acolytes, fulfilling the purpose of the Overlord's edict. Cairn's execution was both savage and beautiful. I shall never forget it. All right, we'll send it. All right, so we're going to the Vendrian's Well Spire. Let's, yeah, I don't know. I don't feel too inclined to linger anywhere in particular, so we'll just head right over there. We've got our stat boosts. Hopefully they'll stay until we get back. Sometimes they disappear, and I'm never entirely sure why. Some cool weapons. Okay, Vendrian's Well Spire. Yes? Yes. Okay. The ground trembles around you, cracks forming at your feet, forcing you back. The hills rumble, slowing away into the ruptured landscape. Figures move toward you through the dust, their silhouettes defined against a soft violet glow. They resolve into robed men and women, armed with staves and flanked by iron-shod warriors, bearing the scarred heraldry of the disfavored. You took Cairn from us and slaughtered our leaders, one of the Earthshakers hisses, staff flaring with russet light. Yet we carry their will forward. Our restoration begins with your destruction, Fatebinder. We can attack, we can speak, or we can flee. Let's try speaking. I don't know. Your hands near your weapons, you consider your words carefully. We can try to defuse. We can try to threaten them. We could bribe them. Let's try threatening. You look down your nose at the mages and their guards. How many lives have ended at your hands, you ask? How much power has flowed through your form? Do they truly think that a couple of suits of iron and a few sigils will protect them when so many others have failed? The Earthshaker sputters with rage, but an iron gauntlet clasps his shoulder. Listen to the Fatebinder, the disfavored tells the mage. Only a fool chooses a battle so unfavorable. The Earthshaker looks to his companions, and each nods in agreement with the disfavored. So be it, Fatebinder, the Earthshaker spits. We part ways today, but we shall face one another as enemies one day. The group backs away, leaving you to continue your journey. We are now inspired. Nice. I do wish that more games acknowledged the fact that, like, as you progress through a game's story, you are often just slaughtering hundreds of people, you know, as you carve your way through whatever story the game has laid out. And you would think that, you know, people would have heard of Nathan Drake, right? And if Nathan Drake, like, showed up at your remote mountain fortress or something, maybe you would just lay your weapons down and leave, because how many people has Nathan Drake killed before he got to you? Like, come on. I'm extremely pleased that this game basically lets you kind of play with that. That is way too rare, I think. Cool. Let's see what happens here. Fatebinder, put your fears to rest. Chorus reinforcements have arrived. The Crimson Spear bows with a dramatic sweep of the arm. The voices of Nerat would not let an honored ally die alone on the battlefield, certainly not when there are disfavored heads to scalp. Just give the word, and the massive sculpture rumbles, shaking the masonry of the spire and sending him off balance. That's worrisome. That is worrisome indeed. Oh. What is happening? This is new. The orb in the center of the Resonator spins with the push of some unseen force. Where the structure once exuded warmth, now gives off a ferocious heat that singes your face the longer you stare into it. A sound like music swarms in the air around the structure, but it's painful and disharmonious to your ears. By Kairos' hairy backside! Ebb covers her ears and takes a step back from the structure at the center of the spire. That music, it's awful. Feels like my teeth are ripping their way out of my mouth. Don't you hear it? She attempts to sign a rune, only to see her pattern fizzle into steam. And it's your name. Listen real close, and it's your name said over and over until it's just one mystic wail. Oh my, this is very interesting. Okay. The spire is now fully awake. Its long dormant currents of energy dance to your presence. The tines of your spire, they quiver with arcane undulation. He taps the chin of his mask, purring softly. Exquisite, but what exactly is happening? Spire often communicates in visions, this is true. Perhaps this is its way of saying it has something to discuss. All right. Then listen with all your ears can muster, Fatebinder, for I certainly hope you and the stone monolith have some surprise tucked up your sleeve. He points to the disfavored army below, preferably a very big surprise. What? We could try to proclaim an edict. We could try to proclaim an edict. What? I don't want to do number 1. When I shattered the Edict of Stone, I was struck by a flood of visions, mystic wisdom about the Edict. I could try proclaiming it without Kyrus's words. That just seems like you have no idea what would happen if you did that. And I don't know if she means proclaim specifically the Edict of Stone, which would cause a bunch of earthquakes, which seems like a bad idea when you're at the top of a tower. We could lie to the people below. That's option 2. I don't know. I'm really waffling here. Just let me think. I'll handle this. Let's do that. Oh, but of course he will. The crimson smear smacks his palm against his mask. I'll just stand here while you improvise your way out of this disaster. Sure. Well, we have a new message, a new email. Okay. Okay, we are at 2 hours, so I'm gonna take a quick break, brew myself some more tea, and then I'll be back, and we will see what insanity we have in store here. All right, we gotta save. I'm gonna hit escape. So yeah, I will be back, folks. I'm very excited to see what happens here. All right, we're back. We have tea brewing, tension tamer today. Or now, not today. Anyway, words are hard. Let's continue, please. So the next step, I believe, is to interact with the Resonator. You believe this artifact could be used to help repel the enemies laying siege to your citadel. Oh, right, but we got a new email from that Archon, or not Archon, but other Fatebinder. Fatebinder Iron Fist. Fascinating. Such complex rites, requiring numerous trained magicians carefully shaping sigils with slight variations in specific foci, have historically presented difficulties when confronted by the unexpected. I'm gladdened that you were able to interrupt the Earthshaker plot. I'm still not really clear what the Earthshaker plot was. They were doing some magic-y thing around the Archon of Stone, and we interrupted them, but I don't know what they were doing. But okay. Only Kairos knows what madness they had planned for that colossal stone corpse. Thank you for your response and your continued service. All right. You're welcome. All right, let's see what the hell happens here. The mystic hum of the spire pulses to the cadence of your heart. The ancient structure awaits your command. Let's try number 1 first. There's still so much that doesn't make sense. I would agree. The Archon of Secrets has shared much with me, but this is beyond even my erudite mind. The air ripples with heat and the spire's hum, a low chanting of your name, echoes through your head. The spires in the tiers are linked. Just how far does this connection go? As soon as your mind finishes the intent of your question, you lose sense of your feet, and your vision expands to the spires on the horizon. Number 3, glare at the spire and become one with the silence. Let's go with lore, though. Let's get those lore points. Meditate and silence your thoughts. As you would command your arms to extend, you think outward, your mind feeling cognizant of the verticality of the spire. You follow the sensation down to the soil, and your sensation stretches underground, radiating through Vendrian's Well Valley and branching out to the old walls that ring the mountains, and from there, out to the surrounding old walls and the spires of the tiers. You issue a soft hum into the resonator and then fall silent, stretching your senses across the tiers to hear how far your voice can be felt. Your voice becomes a trivial squeak against the raging torrents of the Edicts of Storms in the Bladegrave. While your voice echoes throughout most of the tiers, no echo can be heard in the contested lands. The raging crackle of Kairos' Edict of Fire seems to drown out your call. The power of the edict swells inside you, yet your voice is but a whimper everywhere Kairos' edicts still hold sway. But where Kairos' edicts no longer churn, your voice echoes with power. Should you will it, the spire will resonate your voice across these lands, enacting a new edict of your own making. Holy shit. That is awesome. And terrifying. What is the Overlord going to think of that if I do such a thing? Are you done communing with your tower? What has it told you? Let's go with number 4. There's something else I'm curious about. I don't quite want to respond yet to this guy. Clearing your head, your focus returns to the moment. Let's just go with number 1. Your mind drifts to bygone days and past events. Along with a rush of memories you know as your own comes a surge of images, voices, and pangs of joy and sadness, either long forgotten or remembered by someone else. The cloying weight of granite over your head, the pressing slabs of gneiss against your chest. These memories of Cain now live in your mind, as does the recipe of his undoing. Lady Game Guy, welcome in. Hey. Something epic is about to happen with the Spires. I'm very excited to find out what it is. Sorry, I've been lurking, was on a conference call the whole time here. Hey, no complaints here. These days I spend most of my time apparently trying to work and lurking on Twitch, so I feel you. Yeah, I had a half day today for President's Day, so I got off work, I had lunch, and logged into twitch.tv and decided to stream. So I'm excited to continue this game. Like I'm getting pretty close to the end, and I just finished the expansion earlier today, so I'm like itching to continue. So yeah, it's a snowy day here. I have half the day off, and I'm gonna stream for a couple more hours, I think, and see how far we get. How was your weekend? How was your Valentine's Day and everything? They say only the Overlord can create an edict. It has never been clear if the Overlord can destroy an edict. And when an edict is resolved, what becomes of the colossal quantities of mystic energy bound into said edict? That's a good question. And they think I'm crazy for hearing voices. At least the ones in my head aren't coming from an old phallic monument. It's true. The edict you resolved crowds into your immediate memory. Though the original edict is no longer active, a seed of its power took root deep within your will, and that sliver of power now floods your mind with intuitive understanding. You worked until 7, then you and hubby ate dinner, and you worked from 5 to 5 today. Holy shit. That's a hell of a shift. I'm sorry. But yeah, our Valentine's was good. We watched Sister Act, which I've never seen, and we had pizza and chocolate for dinner. So it was a pretty delightful Valentine's, I gotta say. And it's been snowy here all weekend, so we didn't go anywhere or do anything otherwise. So yeah, it was a good weekend. Let's go with subterfuge option. I can't have been the first person to mess with this device. You feel a presence standing adjacent to you in space, but centuries from you in time. For a moment, she seems aware of you, or perhaps you're remembering her speaking to someone standing in the very same spot. She speaks to the spire, and the spire listens, echoing her words. And while she speaks with conviction, her words are not edicts. She lacks the understanding, the conviction. The T is... You don't even want to know. No, the T is Celestial Seasonings Tension Tamer. Just something nice and mild to clear the throat. So we're having flashbacks to previous Spire builders, I guess? Images of a half-dozen figures swarm through your mind. All of them walked atop this ancient perch, and each discovered but a sliver of the Spire's potential. There have been visitors here before, but it seems none of them understood the Spire as well as I. Whomever was here before, you are the one the Spire seems to adore now. Their loss, your gain. My link to the Spire is confounding. Why me? I lay claim to Ascension Hall. You hear your own voice echo in your mind. Let us be free of this edict. Your mind flashes back to the assault on Ascension Hall, to the moment you fulfilled the wording of Kairos' edict. Sensations of searing heat and chilling cold course through your body as you relive the weightless moment when the edict broke, the fateful instance when the levy vanished and the arcane currents of Kairos' magic were set free. It was in this moment that the spire's old sigil of awakening, long covered by its prior occupants, was set ablaze by the arcane tempest. I love this shit. The spire knows the first moment it found you, and so now you too know this. But whether the meeting was by accident or design is unknown to both of you. I've had a running theory that the Overlord sent us to awaken the spires. I have zero evidence of that. It's been stuck in my mind that maybe the Overlord didn't know what was going to happen, but they knew that something would happen. I don't know. You had a distant look about you. Is your big stone edifice talking to you again? Here's hoping it was enlightening. There's a flash of the assault on Ascension Hall and the resolution of the Edict of Execution. The arcane backlash of the broken edict seems the probable cause. I told Narat we ought to slay you before you become a problem. I mean that in the nicest way possible, of course. Just look at you now, a most remarkable specimen. Thanks, Fifth Eye. Thank you so much. All right. We're going to touch the resonator and concentrate. What could possibly go wrong? As you touch the stone structure, your sense of the moment slows, and you feel the entirety of the tears at your fingertips. The spire stands ready to channel your will. Okay. Select a region to view its current edict or to issue a new one. Are you for real? Is this for real? Really? Okay. So the only one I can click on is here. Yeah, right in the center there. And the only edict I can proclaim is the Edict of Stone. The Edict of Stone leeches magical energy from the sky and living creatures, storing it in the rocks below. This energy can lead to earthquakes and the slow petrification of the living. So you can just cast edicts at will? Is that our power now? Previously, only Kairos, the Overlord, could proclaim edicts. So this is going to be very monumental, to be clear. And we can unlock other edicts. Oh, Lord. Okay. Okay, let's... So there are party effects and enemy effects. The party gains an increase to prone defense while foes have prone durations increased. Crazy. All right, let's do it. Let's issue a goddamned edict. There are few games that have pulled off epic magic like this one does. This is wild. This music gives me chills. I love it. No, how is that possible? Kairos gave you this edict, yes? To be read against the disfavored. You didn't just do that yourself. The Crimson Spear takes a half step back. Did you? Having broken the edict, I seem to be able to recreate it, if in a limited fashion. His hands reach up and slowly grip the sides of his mask. Oh, this changes everything. Even the voices of Narat couldn't have seen this coming, could he? Distant shouts and roars draw the Fifth Eye's attention to the army amassing below. But first things first. Your edict has sown fear and disorder throughout the disfavored. We must strike now, at the zenith of confusion. The Fifth Eye struts toward the portal with a twirl of his spear. Their suffering has just begun. Join us, Fatebinder. I'd hate for you to miss the fun. Ooh. Oh boy. So, achievement unlocked for Act 2. And next objective is to defeat the invaders. All right. Okay. I don't even know what to do first. We're all trained out, it seems. What about this guy here? Have you made anything for me? I got a bunch of weapons, none of which are very useful. And a bunch of consumables, which, that's fine. That's fine. Lone Fang, do you have anything to teach me? Not teach, but just more camping supplies, which we don't need. Kendrick. Or Kenrick. Why don't you make me some stuff, buddy? Okay, just more camping supplies. That is not weapons. Alright, what about you? More training. Well. Yeah, I have so much money, I'm just gonna train up everybody as much as I can anyway. Alright, let's sell some junk. Good lord. Yeah. Get rid of all this crap. Yep, we'll get rid of that. Okay, what about armor? I don't know, we probably don't need any of this. Yeah, heavy armor. And we'll just sell the rest of the junk we have so we don't spend too much time in here. Lady, are you streaming more A Way Out tonight? It's Co-op Mondays, right? That's the tradition, right? Okay, we sold everything, so let's head on down and punch some bad guys. I can't wait to find out what's going to happen now that we've proclaimed our own edict. That's crazy. Yep. Awesome. Cool. That looked like such an interesting game. And it just looked really good too. Oh, wow. They've all turned to stone. Holy crap. Not all of them, I guess, but a lot of them. And everybody else is running. Hell yeah. You should be able to finish tonight. So that's not a very long game then. Okay, we do have some people to punch. All right. A cadre of disfavored warriors lumbers into the courtyard, their movement slow, deliberate, and stilted as they compensate for the tremors that have gripped the valley at your command. What pact did you make with the traitor Archon Cairn to invoke such power? Kevius, now dressed in the regalia of the Iron Guard, steps forward. No matter. That's a question for the Earthshakers. They'll no doubt enjoy interrogating the crippled, maimed husk you'll soon become. He turns to his shoulders and lifts his hand in the air. Moving in rehearsed unison, the warriors snap to formation and ready their weapons. Awaiting Kevius's signal to charge, the soldiers start chanting Graven Ash Protects and clap their weapons against their shields in challenge. Fools, did you not hear me proclaim that edict? Either I cast that edict by myself or did so with the Overlord's blessing. Think that through very carefully. No, that's the talk of a delusional child. On top of your other crimes, you now blaspheme Kairos, likening yourself to his power? Do not make us laugh. Kevius turns to his soldiers, looking to see who shares in his laughter. His guffaws fall flat when he sees his warriors shuffle nervously in silence, their weapons trembling. Excellent. Enough prattle. Advance! Slay this aberration of justice and bring glory to Graven Ash. Kevius gives a signal to attack and rushes forward with a roar. Will anybody run away? I guess not. Alright, what do we got here? We have a couple big boys. We have a couple Earthshakers. Let's go after the Earthshakers first. Okay. Let's go with Stabby Stab and the party buffs. I do love a good party buff. Siren, I don't, oh gosh. Flesh to Stone. Coat an enemy in rock and earth. The spell is very inaccurate. But we have a bonus to stone magic, right? So, let's see what happens. All right. Let's drop some AoE healing for everybody. And stab. Yes, let's stab, please.
Will do.
Let's do some fire. Fire is good.
Will do.
Oh, she's petrified. All right, so that spell worked, which is what we want. Let's maybe just do the Quick and the Dead, just for the flashiness of it. Yeah, look at all that fire coming out. Love it. Yeah, I want to take out this other mage before anything else. Oh, we have reinforcements coming in. Wow, this person is on fire. That's interesting. But we're doing just fine, it seems. We've probably out-leveled this content a bit now that we've finished the expansion.
This isn't working.
Yeah. No big deal. Look at the Iron Pigs bleed. Chortling with glee, Fifth Eye spins his spear, spattering blood in a wide arc. We've done it. There. Stumbling over a slight tremor, he plants his spear into the ground to catch his balance. They're falling back. So much for disfavored courage. Your Edict of Stone has them terrified. We have the courtyard under our control. Leave the cleanup duty to me and my gang. Make haste to the top of the spire. No doubt you'll want a bird's eye view of the disfavored turning tail and running in shame. All right. I have a cool greatsword that nobody in our party can use, but what can you do? Okay, interesting. The zeal and fervor that the disfavored brought to the battle evaporate in the face of your edict, and the ease with which you dispatch their leader. Your overwhelming display of power sends panic and terror rippling through the enemy ranks. The survivors carry with them rumors that defy belief. The Tears has another Archon. one showing the power of Kairos, the power to cast edicts. Confusion sets in across the realm. Amid the whispers and misinformation, one fact remains consistent. The Overlord's power has been challenged. You safely assume that such rumors are making their way back to Kairos. So up to this point, we've been loyal to the Overlord. We haven't been out to challenge the Overlord, but we'll see what happens here. Powerful earthquakes roll underfoot, the vibrations ringing your spire like a wet rag, threatening to send it crashing to the ground. Your stronghold slowly settles, the terrain only occasionally rocked by a solid tremor. Over the next few days, the land eventually returns to normal as your edict dissipates. Interesting. You gather a small council of your closest allies and plan your next step from the safeties of your spire. No sooner do you get started than Callio, Fatebinder of Tunon, pays a visit, bearing an important message. Gonna be interesting. Interesting indeed. Will the Overlord and our boss Tunon suffer even the appearance of a threat to Kairos, or will they have us murdered? I keep hearing about this little spire you've been calling your own. Nodding with a smirk, Fatebinder Callio peers over the edge of the tower. Now that you've slaughtered those who would take your lands, I think your claim is as official as it gets. Let me guess. You're here to investigate what just happened. Naturally, she nods with a smile. Tunon expects me to give a full report. But today I come bearing an important message. Not an edict, but commandments from the mouth of the Overlord all the same. No one's entirely sure what to make of you these days, Iron Fist. They all say you spoke an Edict of Stone. Not a proclamation of an Edict of Kairos, but your own Edict of Stone. Your own arcane tremors. You're no mere Fatebinder, of that much we can be certain. You've proclaimed and broken the Overlord's edicts perhaps one time too many? If I'd known you could do this when I first met you, I'd maybe have tried in earnest to kill you? I hope for the sake of Teradus that the right person has inherited this gift. I don't know what to make of you, Fatebinder. Proclaiming and breaking the Overlord's magic? Claiming these awful towers? It should come as no surprise that an edict is within your grasp, but I still find room for surprise. You're powerful in ways that gang bosses and mages aren't. You commanded this place to do your bidding, and unleash something incredible on the world. That isn't the work of a Fatebinder. If anything, it's the work of an Archon. Bex, hey, welcome in! Bex, it's gotta be really late where you are, right? I'm so glad to see you, though. Welcome. Crazy epic things are occurring, and I'm thrilled, personally. Oh, 10:30. Okay, that's not bad. That's normal. You could tell I have actually no comprehension of time zones whatsoever, so that's fine. How's your day going? It's a holiday here in the US, so I had a half day. Not everybody gets off for President's Day. Apparently we worship presidents, so we get a holiday. Not too bad. Excellent. Excellent. Your app is nearly getting there. Awesome. Is it gonna be like a web-based thing? I guess it's JavaScript, so it would be, right? So, but yeah, I hope you're willing to let us all play around with it when you're done. That'd be fun. Cool. I guess every party member has a comment they want to make on my obscene amount of power that I have right now. Well, you know, starting simple is the best way because it shows you that you can get something done, and then you can just keep improving it from there. And I don't know, I feel like seeing something to the finish line is just as important as, you know, developing the skills in the first place. It's really satisfying to see something finished at the end. So I'm excited for you. Beast Woman will follow Alpha from here to the ends of Tears Land and farther still. We'll paw prowl deep into Cold North, hunting armies of Kairos at Alpha's side. Together, Shadowhunter and Alpha will slaughter whole of Primus tribe. Yikes. Yikes. I don't have any idea how you're able to do this, but it isn't power that any scholar can wield. This is something else. You're not some ambitious hedge mage who learned it out of a book. You're more like an Archon, where it just comes naturally. Siren would know she is, in fact, an Archon. Fatebinder Callio. She shakes her head with a grin. I always knew you'd be a delightful bit of trouble, but I didn't think you had a touch of the Overlord's power in you. Why didn't you tell me? I genuinely didn't know I had it in me. You didn't know if it would work and you decided to play with the Archon equivalent of a mountain tipping over? My confidence in you swells, Fatebinder. It's only natural to have doubted yourself. The edicts have always been the magic of Kairos and Kairos alone. Anyone claiming to be able to cast an edict would be presumed crazy, and yet a sane man watching what you just did would see the power of the Overlord in your voice. Curious. She taps her chin in thought, looking at you head to toe. Suppose you've no reason to play the fool. I'll say that however it is you came into this power, know that you've drawn the attention of the Overlord. So, congratulations, I think? Yikes. I come bearing orders direct from the Overlord. Callio clears her throat, her voice becoming somber and severe. Kairos has decreed two things. First, the Overlord has demanded that one and only one Archon is fit to rule the Tiers. To that end, the Archons are to settle through death or dominance who is the one Archon fit to inherit the Tiers. I mean, we're an Archon. I mean, we sided with the Scarlet Chorus, but what if we remained loyal to the Overlord, but actually took out both factions? I like this plan. Okay. And the second decree? Kairos has decreed you are the newest Archon. Fatebinder Callio bows with exaggerated flourish. So the other Archons now have orders to control or destroy you, and the other way around. Her face becomes a beaming smile. See? This is why I try to avoid getting Kairos' attention. Okay. And to be clear, this is a command from Kairos, but not an edict? Correct. There's no edict backing this order. She smiles a toothy grin. Such encouragement hardly seems necessary when the task is its own reward. The Overlord has merely rescinded Kairos' peace. The Archons may kill and maim each other without breaking any laws. Oh man, shit is about to go down. Kairos knows, rightly so, that enmities new and old will drive the Archons to mutual destruction. The Overlord needs only remove the pretense of peace and watch the ensuing violence. Callio shrugs with a smile. Would you have preferred another do-or-die edict? Okay. Okay. A lot of different options here. I'm fine being an Archon. So option number 5, like I think I'm more troubled by this sudden promotion to Archon. Yeah, I'm not troubled. I am thrilled, actually. I think we'll just be direct. We'll go with number 1 here. I've heard enough, and I know what comes next. The other Archons will bend to my will or die. First step is deciding you won't bow to one of the other Archons. Callio offers a smug smile. I wish you the best of luck in your upcoming struggle. Know that when you come for Blood Mark and Tunon, I and the other Fatebinders won't interfere. Wait, what? Why would we go after Tunon? Let's get one thing clear. I want no part of this little contest. Archon, I bow to you. The rest of you madmen can fight over the right to rule this mountainous shithole. So what is she saying here? Is she leaving, or is she saying... I don't understand if she's, like, turning away or if she's, like, declaring loyalty. I don't know. I accept. Thank you. Siren bows with a graceful sweep of her arm and a curtsy. Just don't let Narat get away with a bat of the eyelashes and a polite surrender. A question me and the other binders have been asking. Can you do this again? None of all believes in you. Another, who shall remain nameless, takes the more cynical stance that the Overlord has a hand so far up your ass she can puppet your mouth, and you couldn't cast a second edict if you tried. She sizes you up head to toe. Me, I think you have it in you. Or at least I like the idea of proclaiming an edict of yours someday. Okay? These are some random options here. I think we're responding to how excited she is to have another edict proclaimed from us, I think. So I'm going to go with number 1, because we've been against Graven Ash and his faction for quite a while. So I think Graven Ash and his legion might enjoy an edict on his fortress of Ironhearth in the Bladegrave. Yep. Bind words to earth and sky like baited snare for disfavored. Let ironclads be caught, screaming in snap-biting jaws of edict. Oh, the tears are about to get a lot more interesting with that attitude. Callio nods with a satisfied grin, rubbing her belly. I can taste their lamentations already. With a nod, Callio begins to make her way to the exit. When you rule Terratus, look me up. If you're successful, I know I'll be in need of a new Archon to serve. And to be clear, I still don't really currently have any desire to betray the Overlord. But her response here certainly makes it sound like that is my intention. I don't know. I know I'm mostly sober, but just so we're clear, you did just issue an edict, right? Lantry taps his quill to his tongue, unsure of what next to write. First you cast an edict, then this full-on war of Archons. This whole chapter of the Chronicle it's reading like fiction. Haha, meta. So Kairos has ordered all the Archons to fight it out until only the strongest remain? I think we can now safely say that the Scarlet Chorus philosophy has been vindicated. That's a good point, actually. But her statement here also bears out the statement from earlier that maybe we are fighting with Tunon now? I thought Tunon is a cool dude. I don't necessarily want to fight him. A rumbling mutter stirs from under Barrick's helmet, devoid of any cogent words. Alpha birthed own words of power like humans prima called Kairos. Is better mystic than Broodmother to kills in shadow, than Stonestalker's 100 blood, than Beastwoman Archon slaughtered by Mark of Shadows. She snorts and grins savagely. Kills in Shadow knew Alpha was most powerful human in whole of Tearsland. A curved claw taps the side of her snout. Nose was not wrong. One last thing. Hesitating before she leaves, Callio taps the parchment she's been holding to her forehead with a self-deprecating scoff. All this talk of you being the second coming of the Overlord, and I almost forgot my duties. This is a court summons from Bledenmark, Tunon's assassin. I suggest you read it carefully as part of your preparations. Your survival may depend on it. Okay. Good luck, Archon. I found something interesting in these Chronicle fragments. When you have a moment, perhaps you can indulge my curiosity. Okay? I know you've got a thing or two on your plate, but if you could make some time for me, a little bird has brought us some interesting news. And I'd hate to have to go stabbing people without you. Ironhearth is now unlocked on the world map. Archon, Fatebinder. The fifth eye dispels his words like a cloud of gnats. Whatever you call yourself. Our agents have infiltrated the outskirts of Ironhearth. Ash and his troops are as exposed as a raw nerve. Before you make your final assault, the Voices of Nerat wants to discuss that stunt you pulled, yes? People are beginning to talk, and the Archon doesn't want there to be any misunderstandings. Well, I think we know what that means. If in fact it is now an Archon free-for-all, the Voices of Nerat is going to try to murder us. I mean, he's just going to. So, let's keep that in mind. You're to meet the Archon at Cacophony before we hurl our forces at Ironhearth. I know your warlike ways compel you to do otherwise, but we really must insist. I am not his errand girl. I mean, we kind of were, but we're a fucking Archon now, so... Oh, retract your claws, terrifying one. I am but a messenger and tool. Your anger is wasted on me, but take care that you don't bring it to Cacophony. And Fatebinder, his piercing, reedy tone subsides for a moment, sounding almost normal. Remember who you're going to meet. The Archon of Secrets loves nothing more than a challenge, but he also loves to win. He tilts his head to the side in confusion, and then shrugs in a casual manner. The fifth eye waves you off with an enthusiastic flap of his fingers. Okay. We have a lot of things to do. It seems like we have at least 2 more companion quest type things to do. Let's take a look here. We have Final Judgment, which is to speak with the Voices of Nerat. We got a letter from Bledenmark. There's a lot going on in this game. The narrative has been... I guess the actual plot is pretty straightforward, but the way it kind of twists all these plot threads together is I guess, kind of complex. And managing your relationship with the different factions and characters is... I don't know what the right word is. There's a lot of interplay between all the factions and the characters. So it's not always the case where you can like min-max your relationship with everybody. But they do play out in interesting ways. The combat is complex. I've mostly adjusted to it, but starting out, I was kind of like, okay, things are happening, but yeah, I mean, I really like it, but it's a lot going on for sure. Speak with the Voices of Nerat, travel to the Bastard City. So those are the 2 quests we currently have, and then I think we need to talk to Lantry and Verse for some additional companion quests. So I think we're going to do those first. And then we'll probably meet up with Tunon next. So let's read the letter from Bledenmark, who is Tunon's assassin. I will only ask once. Kid, I take it you're aware of the Overlord's latest decree. If not, let me give it to you straight. Now's a bad time to be an Archon in the tiers. Since most likely I'll be the one to cut you down, I thought I'd first explain. It's not my choice. But if it was, I would still choose to kill you. See you soon. Okay. I don't feel like taunting him is a good idea. Oh, but he's an Archon as well, so it truly is every Archon for themselves. Bledenmark was working for Tunon, but I guess this means he could kill Tunon too, if he so desired. I think saying something cordial he didn't like the last time we talked with him, so let's just arrange a meeting. Bledenmark, if I am to die by your hand, I would prefer it to be in battle, face to face, or would that be face to shadow? Regardless, at the risk of depriving you the thrill of a good ambush, I would ask that we meet in person as peers, drawing blades openly, if that is what it is to come to. On the reverse of this parchment, I've mapped for you a location in the wilderness. Let us meet and settle things there. I'll provide you 2 days to scout the location in advance should you require. Hope to see you there. Iron Fist. All right, let's do it. 1 hour response. That's interesting. All right, let's all take a quick nap. Get some stat boosts going on here. I would like to rest. And we have a reply from Blood and Mark, unsurprisingly. Kid, I haven't said it before. I'll say it now. I'm going to enjoy killing you. And while I'd love to carve your heart out and feed it to the darkness in a remote spot in a shaded weald, unlike you, I'm not dumb enough to act on a whim. Can't wait for the adjudicator's execution order. I'll be anticipating your arrival at the court. Don't snuff the lights. Blood and Mark. Okay, so he did not take the bait, which, fair enough, I guess. All right, let's, I guess let's speak with Verse and see what she has to say to us. She is down here. Hey, Binder, let me get something off my chest. Verse nods to grab your attention. I burn inside. When I dance, it's like I'm trying to let out the fire, to quench it in blood. Instead, I just end up stoking the flames. I don't know what this means. Shit, did any of that make sense? No, it did not. She smooths her feathers and sighs. Not really. I've always had such a strong connection to my Furies. That bond made me feel, I don't know exactly, like a part of something? Now it feels like they're in me. They rise up when I dance, each time a little more restless. When we were going after Crocus and Orisa, I could almost hear them, like they were whispering to me, tugging from somewhere deep. And even I can't deny that all this sounds a lot like, you know, him. She looks off into the distance. Kyrus's bloody balls, yes, the voices of Nerat. The thought alone that I could be anything like the voices of Nerat makes me want to flay myself. She inhales deeply, chest rising, then lets it out through her teeth in a low, prolonged hiss. I'm still not quite understanding what she's saying. Is she kind of absorbing souls like the voices of Nerat does? Is that what she's doing? The voices of Nerat is a parasite. You're a predator. Let's be reassuring. Now he's a parasite, sure. But that wasn't always true. Maybe it starts with the killing, but eventually you've got others doing the killing for you. That's how Archons are made, right? And overlords? Well, if you don't want to turn into him, don't be like him. What exactly are you suggesting? The right corner of her lip twists. I don't really know what the result of any of these will be. I'll just say be stronger than him. That's the dream, right? Now we just need 1,000 years, some artifacts of immense power, an expansive information network, and the largest army the Tears has ever seen. She shrugs. One more thing before I call it a day, Fatebinder. Okay, what is it? After we spoke to Essa, I slipped a scout some rings to keep an eye on the place and send word if anything out of the ordinary happened. She cracks her knuckles beneath her calloused palms. Apparently, there have been some strangers lurking about. I like to head back to River's Break and see if we can't grab one, maybe dig a little knowledge out of him. But not, you know, in a directly out of the head kind of way. She frowns sheepishly. All right, I'll make it a priority. We will make it a priority. Thanks. Who knows, maybe we'll dig up something we can use against the Archons. That would be cool. Let's get moving. The war's not over yet. It's true. Alright, well, that probably means we need to add verse to the party, right? So... Oh, okay, she has more things to say. Are you trying to piss everyone off, or do you just do this for fun? I'm not judging either way, I'm just curious. Casting an edict on Vendrian's well is a good way to shine a beacon on yourself, or paint a target. First crosses her arms and smiles. I saved your skin, didn't I? Sure did. For now. Like I said, I'm not trying to prod you or suggest you made the wrong call. As someone who likes to stay discreet until she has the opening to strike a killing blow, I find your little public gesture of dominance, well, quaint. Charming. In a dumb way, okay.
At your service, Fatebinder.
Okay, can we add
What do
you
you need?
to the party now? Yes.
And I seem to be missing a gang. We're well mapped.
All right, let's remove Siren.
I will meet you at the spire.
Okay. And yeah. There we go.
I see you there.
And I think we need to level Verse up. She has 5 points. Let's see, 1, 2. Let's remove these penalties at least, right? There we go. That seems fine. And let's see, what else do we have here? Increases combat movement speed. Gains bonus damage against targets suffering damage over time. That's kind of cool. Significantly increase the bonus to dodge while wearing light armor. Okay. I like that one. Melee critical hits do AoE damage. Nice. Sure, let's do that. Increase weapon damage while dual wielding. We will do that. Sure. Let's see here. Sure, extra accuracy is good. And, each hit applies a damage over time effect. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. All leveled up. All right, so the next person to talk to is Lantry, because it sounded like he has something more to say to us. Finishing the last pen strokes of a note running about his left arm, Lantry looks up at you with a nod.
Not to steal your glorious day in the sun, but I must say, now all my notes on you are suddenly worth 10 times their weight in iron. My journals will melt the linens off the ladies, I tell you.
Okay.
What's that you say? Buxom, nubile lasses with an interest in old men who know history. You need a definitive tractatus on the trials and tribulations of the Archon of the Tears? Ha! Well, you're in luck.
Oh, Landry. You nerd.
I think one can safely conclude that you have the Overlord's attention, and that of the Tears. Soon, all of Taratas. You realize, I trust, I hope, that nobody other than Kairos has ever cast an edict until you.
Let's go with number 2. My newfound powers don't change the fact that I am loyal to Kairos, but I am likely to be perceived as a threat all the same.
If that's true, then the Overlord would be wise to treat you well, for your powers would make you an enforcer second to none. But I imagine Kairos became Kairos by taking few chances with the competition. I could see the Overlord playing it safe and disposing of you.
I hope not.
At the same time, if you really were a meaningful threat, you'd have already been the victim of an edict, or bled in Mark's daggers. So this has me rather curious. Just what does the Overlord wish to do with you?
Do you happen to know when Kairos first cast an edict?
Good question. In parts north, it's commonly held that Kairos' Edict of Dust was the first, but it was cast in the year 11. It was just the first edict to ripple across the whole of Tyrantus. If you lived somewhere that used to have antelope, you probably think that's the first edict of the Overlord.
I wonder if Kairos is the Overlord just because she's the first Archon. Maybe that's just she was the first, and so she was able to become the most powerful. I don't know. I have no idea.
But here, the answer is given to us by the Overlord's own sense of posterity. Year 0 of Kairos' calendar is said to correspond to the day Kairos went from warlord to wearer of many crowns. A victory won when the first Edict of Storms shocked both the Cloud Barons and the realm of Medrev to capitulate.
Are you sure history hasn't just edited or forgotten those who could rival the Overlord? Dan, hey man, welcome. How you doing down in Texas? Do you have power? I mean, I guess I assume you do because you're on Twitch, but you do. Good. So we finished Bastard's Wound. It ended really anticlimactically, I gotta say. We killed both Jaspos and Wagstaff, and we installed Reef Talon as leader, and it just ended. There was no like follow up. There was no real consequences. Just the quest ended, and that was it. So that was a little disappointing, I gotta say. Everything leading up to it was great, of course, but it just ended like a wet fart, kind of. So that's unfortunate, but we finished Act 2. We are now an Archon, and it is a free-for-all as far as Archons go. And we're going to do some companion quests before we go meet up with Tunon. That's the plan, anyway. I think I just wanted more reactions from the NPCs in Bastard's Wound or something. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a writer. I don't know what I would want exactly. It's just what I got was very sudden. So, but it was very cathartic to kill those two faction leaders. My only regret is I could not kill Mel as well because he deserved it, I gotta say. But what can you do? Oh, I killed them. I killed them without hesitating. After all the torture and stuff they did against the beast women, like, I didn't even give them a chance to speak, basically. I did find that since I offended Jaspos earlier, I wasn't able to interact with that Lullaby Bane creature at all. I guess that's tied to his quest later on. So, yeah, they did have it coming. So, yeah, no regrets. We did finish Lantry's quest in the Old Walls, and we kind of continued Siren's quest. And I guess I'm waiting to hear from her what's next. So, we're making progress. Are you sure history hasn't just edited or forgotten those who could rival the Overlord?
Well, I have a hard time believing that someone would cast an edict and not have it noticed.
Yes, but maybe a rival casts an edict, Kairos kills the rival, and takes credit for the events.
Well, as of now, I've seen with my own eyes that the Overlord is not unique in this regard. And I suppose you're all the evidence I need to throw suspicion on the record. Now, if you are right, that implies the Overlord has no qualms silencing and murdering those who pose a threat. In your case, at least my written record of you might survive. See? I'm being optimistic.
Nice job, Lantry. Antelope? Is that an animal?
Yes, or it was, at least, until they were all wiped out by the Edict of Dust. Or that's as best we've pieced it together from the records. From what we've gathered from their skeletons, they were some sort of mute beast man that ran on 4 legs.
Mute Beastman? What? They couldn't figure out that they're just like a deer or something.
Antelope are not like beast women.
Thank you, Kills Shadow. She counters, flexing her claws once, twice, 3 times in annoyance.
Antelope have hooves for fleeing. Beast women have claws for killing. Antelope don't eat meat, are spooked easily, are large but helpless, lumber but lack reason, are prey. Silverback tribe hunted antelope extinct.
Oh. Interesting. She sniffs and flicks the sage a pointed stare.
Old Ink Mystic tells many strange, stupid tales. Thinks to know everything.
I suppose I'm more of an expert in living things, like birds, and can't quite confirm or deny what you're saying, but just forget I said anything.
I love hearing the two of them bicker. Because Lantry is such a know-it-all. And having Kills and Shadow just being like, you're fucking wrong about X, Y, and Z is very entertaining to me. Yeah, I'm very curious about all of these background options that I don't have available. And, you know, there's been very, very few Guild Apprentice options. And even when they're available, I don't always pick them. So I feel like, at least for the Guild Apprentice, that background choice, it feels like it didn't really make much of a difference. So we'll find out soon enough. We should get going. By the way, I found something of interest in the Chronicle texts we recovered from Bastard's Wound. More bits of creative history? Despite the madness of late, I've been finding time to read further. A lot of the background don't have much or depend on your route. Yeah, that makes sense. I keep reading the improved histories. It sends me into a fit, but I can't stop. I'm obsessed with the feeling of righteous indignation and probably need help. Anyway, Lexime left a lot of notes in the margins, and they lead me to believe she stashed some tomes topside before she arrived at Bastard's Wound. Okay, you found a message. Explain. Back in the day, as it were, she and I had a shorthand for communicating in code. Lexime has many notes to herself written in some corners, and, well, I can read her scribbles. She mentions another hiding spot, but to decipher the directions exactly, I need a copy of Histories of Sunder Revised. If my old cottage is still intact, I have a copy there. You have a cottage? I thought sages lived in the Vellum Citadel. Oh, sure, but most of us elder sages get persnickety and long for some solitude after decades cloistered with the others. Besides, I did field study, so I was rarely expected to be anywhere at any given time. Cottage? I'm expecting a dilapidated lean-to, but maybe he'll surprise us. Alright, well that's all I need to hear. Let's go find it. Perfect. I'll lead the way whenever you're ready. Alright, let's go do it. So we have Lantry's hideaway up here. And River's Break. For Versus quest. So I guess let's go to River's Break first. That's closer. All right, let's quick save. There we go. Oh. Windborne ash assaulted your senses even before you reached River's Break. By the time the farmstead came into view, the burning smell was joined by those of charred, rotting flesh and blasted vegetation. The house stands in ruins, the plaster cracked and blackened. Burst steps forward, arms slack at her sides, mouth slightly agape. So when we last left here, we had left a woman to kind of live her life, I guess, and it did not end well, it looks like. What the Kairos-loving shit? Yeah, careful, it could be a trap. One with all the subtlety of a beast in heat, maybe. Her hands slip closer to her weapons. Let's poke around. Maybe there's something here that'll give us a better sense of who did this and why. The charred and smoldering corpse of an older woman. Oh. Essa. Buck. First sinks to her knees in the ashes and touches the charred and peeling face. After a moment of silence, she looks up to you, then shakes her head. I could have given her a clean death, and instead she ends up here, burned alive. That's a mercy for you. She glances down at her blackened palms. This isn't your fault. No shit, this isn't my fault. And when we find the fuckers whose fault it is, I'm gonna make damn sure they understand the pain of being roasted like a pig on a spit. Let's figure out what happened to your Fatebinder. Then we'll go mete out some justice. Okay, lots of clues. Crates and plants litter the ground in disarray. Okay, I guess I'm not going to have time to read those before verse pops up. What a mess. Whoever came here decided to throw down among themselves. If that doesn't scream Scarlet Chorus, I'm the last queen of Apex. Okay.
These were here before, weren't they? Can't say they seem very useful now.
Okay. Somebody pried this door open. Someone with iron. She runs a finger along the doorframe. The disfavored may have the collective brain capacity of a crate filled with stone, but they treat their weapons like each one is the daughter of Kairos. So, we first suspected the Scarlet Chorus from this clue down here, and we're kind of saying it's not the disfavored from here. We have a few more clues to look at. Corner of this ruined home seems particularly charred. Look at this, Fatebinder. First points to the blasted remnants of the wall. I've set a lot of fires in my time, and this is that very special pattern of burning that only happens with magic. She kneels, fingers running over the ashes. See these marks? Sigil work, and too clean for blood chanters. Probably a sage were I to guess. Sages did this? If you know of another organized society of magic users who like to control information, I'll happily look their way. Good eye indeed. I believe this was done with the sigil of fire by way of the Sun Queen, as opposed to that of Thousand Embers, erratic brand of fire. You can tell by the tined pattern at the burn edges. The overall blast pattern suggests a thorough understanding of modern expressive techniques, while he blinks, dropping into silence. And now I'm boring us all. Apologies. Okay. Faint tracks disturb the soil. Nice find, Binder. First sinks to one knee. These tracks are faint. Even with the earth as dry as it is, whoever left them was traveling light. They couldn't have carried much gear. Her attention turns to the eastern horizon.
We've got a burned farmstead and multiple fire wards set around it. That reeks of our missing fire mage, Catorius.
I don't remember who Catorius is.
There's chorus and disfavored shit all over the place. Given how shoddily maintained the iron is, I'm guessing it's all chorus shit.
This is one of the few times I wish I could click on a name and get the background. Could Catorius have been conscripted?
We can always ask him when we find him, assuming I let him live long enough to form an answer. The nearest stronghold is a sad little pile of palisades on the edge of the contested lands called Fort Squander. The disfavored used to hold those walls, so that could go a ways towards explaining their arms being scattered around here.
Okay.
Come on. We've got a sage to track.
She gestures ahead. You okay? You seem a little intense at the moment, Verse.
Yeah, I'm... The fire. It reminds me of Red Geyser.
She bites her lower lip. Tell me about her.
She loved fire. Loved it more than any other fury. Loved it more than the blood chanters, maybe. They twist and pull it, summon it. She made a partner of it, let it lead her dance. Once she lured these Azure scouts into a clearing. They're tracking this lone woman, then all around them torches blaze. Geyser sets these pitch-headed arrows to the flames before putting them into one of the scouts' eyes.
Oh my.
An arrow per eye, hissing and
Oh.
popping.
Oh no. Oh, gross.
Then she charges into the scouts with this burning crescent, this axe, the head as long as your arm and pitched. They swing at her, but it's all fire and blood to her. She shoulders them aside and we take them apart.
Vicious.
That's where she got her name. The spray from an opened neck.
I wish I'd seen it.
To look at her back, at her chest. No one would fault you for mistaking her for a man of labor. 8 more than the rest of us combined. All she took to with everything in her. She was obsessed with proving herself to the voices. He'd given her this second life in the Howling Choir, and she was gonna make good and fucking sure that she earned it every day. She was one of the good ones, Binder. As good as anyone on this filthy peninsula. I'm glad I got to tell you about her. She lives on a bit in that. Now, let's be off.
First cracks her knuckles and nods. Alright, we had one more clue down here. I don't know if it matters, but... Small bed of rocks juts from the rough dirt. Oh, versus red geyser stance has been upgraded. Let's take a look at that. I kind of completely forgot that she has different stances. I'm looking at the wrong thing, I believe. No, sorry. This is what we want. So she has all these stances. Red Geyser. -10 dodge, but adds bonus damage to your next attack. Equal to 75% the damage received from attackers. Holy shit. All damage a portion of all damage she takes will empower her next attacks. Okay. I haven't had her in my party for quite a while, and even when I was not taking advantage of these stances. Same with Siren, honestly. I don't know. There's a lot to this combat system that I am ignoring. I'm fine with it. All right, let's continue on to Fort Squander. This is... You guys can't see the mini-map, but this looks like it's a bigger area than the one we were just in. So we're going to save. Oh, this is distressing. This place is manned by a skeleton crew. Could be that half the choirmen are out raiding, but I don't like it. Her nostrils flare. Either way, this is our best opportunity to get in and out without having to cut our way through 100 chorus scrubs. Unless it's a trap. Never far from my mind, Fatebinder, but it pays to keep on one's toes, Verse smirks. Let's say you and I go bind ourselves some fates. All right. Well, the music is kicked in. All right, let's just fucking run in then. Yeah, here we go.
More bodies to pile in our race.
All right, let's go get the mage first. That would be good, I think. All right, let's zoom in here for a nicer view. All right. Wow, I'm already taking a bunch of hits. That's too bad. All right, we're gonna drop this down. Drop all the buffs. So I'm bleeding, apparently. That sucks. Alright, let's get some healing going. Verse, I don't really remember what your whole deal is. Grave Digger. Yeah, do that.
You got it. This isn't working.
Okay, cool. We're good. Ooh. I don't know if that big splash was something we did or something the enemy did, but it looked cool. All right, well, we took out a bunch of dudes kind of all at once, so I don't know. I never seem to know when an encounter will be actually difficult or not. Oh, I love that ability. Throwing enemies in the air and just smashing them down. That's just the most satisfying thing. The magic in this game is just so fun.
That's how it's done.
Nice. Okay. It's only a small portion of this little fort here, so we're certainly not done, but let's quick save and explore, I guess. Actually, I thought we had like a, oh, what was it? It was like a special dagger or something that Verse could use. Of course, I don't recall at all what that was. What do we have here? Dauntless. Grave bow, which might be a better bow for her, actually. Okay. This seems like a good upgrade. Twisted Iron Sword, Ring Blade, Titan's Blade. Dauntless. Okay, well, I'm not finding what I'm remembering, so
Yeah.
just have to deal with what we got, I guess. All right, let's grab this loot down here, and then we will continue on and continue with the murdering. Let's save. Please let us save. Bit of a maze in here, it seems. I wonder if the number of enemies here depends on the time of day. Like, if we had come here at night, would they all be here hanging out? Okay, but really, where is everybody? A half dozen corpses, most bearing disfavored brands on their skin, hang in various states of bloody abuse. Lovely. Rust-marred iron weapons, okay. Oh, hey, a dude. A man spins to meet you as you enter the core of the stronghold, his carbon black skin gleaming with a sheen of sooty sweat. Sweeps of gray ash smear his red robes, and he grasps in his hands the staff of a blood chanter. Orange flames licking its length. I think we know who burned down that house. Verse. Archon. His eyes flicker to you, and he bows his head slightly. Then you know who I am and why I'm here. That should make things quick and easy. Her eyes shimmer with the reflected light of Catorius's flame. Catorius, what a pleasure. Lantry scratches at his arm with the point of his quill. Lantry, I see your tumescent support of the Overlord hasn't withered with age. I'm but a simple servant to a Fatebinder. He offers his open palms empty of all save smeared ink, and the quill dangling from between two fingers. And I'm the Archon of Youth Everlasting, he chuckles, a sound not unlike gravel shaken in a bag. Who exactly are you? Apologies for the lack of introduction, Archon. I am Catorius, once of the School of Ink and Quill. Ah, okay. The sage smiles, indicating himself with a flat hand upon his chest. The hand, remaining flat, rotates and pitches to indicate verse. More to the matter at hand, however, I am one of the 3 survivors of a group that met your friend's Scarlet Fury patrol in open battle in Apex a few years ago. You seem pretty damn matter-of-fact about it for someone whose remaining life is measured in hours. Hours? Not minutes? So long? Yeah, okay, yeah. Think I'm going to make it quick, Kindling Cock? No. I'm going to savor this. Nice and slow. She barks out a laugh. Catorius rings his staff with both hands and regards you with narrowed eyes. How did I come to earn your unbridled enmity? You let Crocus live, and he was easily the worst of us. That wasn't my fucking call. Verse's weapon appears in her hands. Hold, Fury. Aren't you the slightest bit curious about why the man who killed your Fury friends holds a tent in the middle of a Kairos forsaken Scarlet Chorus encampment? He holds out a flat, filthy palm. I'm not that curious, but okay. You can monologue for a while. Or, I don't know, let's try subterfuge. It's all been a ruse. Ruse? What are you even talking about? First blinks at you. You're working for Nerat, of course. Does anything happen in the Overlord's realm without betrayal and infighting? Clever, Archon. I'd heard that the Adjudicator trains his agents well in the arts of reason. The sage nods. I'm not following. Simply put, I am a creature of the voices of Nerat. The voices? What are you trying to say? I am confused. I'm not following this conversation. The chorus took me and everyone in my village almost 4 years ago, my wife included. I think you'd like Marion, were she not wrapped up in all of this. She's broad of shoulders, muscled like a beast woman. Her spirit is full of oil and fire. He taps his staff thoughtfully. Let me guess, the voices used her to control you. Muscle matters in the chorus, but a vicious killer is just a pawn to the Archon of Secrets. Only knowledge truly matters. That made me valuable to them. Marion, less so. He stares into the magical flame coiling at the head of his staff. So you cut a deal. Her upper lip curls back, revealing a sharp, yellowed canine. I told them I'd do whatever they wanted, so long as they kept her out of their more sacrificial operations. He lets loose another long sigh, shoulders sinking slightly, as if under a growing burden. As a tearsman and a sage, I could go places the voices people couldn't. Join causes that they couldn't. Long before the Tarkus clan reached an agreement with the sages to slaughter the garrison at Vendrian's Well Citadel, I helped Tarkus Demos plan his resistance. Okay. The voices allowed the Oathbreakers to slaughter the chorus's expendable gangs as distractions for their true objectives. I'm kind of confused about all this, but alright. The voices thought Verse and her sisters expendable. Bullshit. Every Fury is worth 24 conscripts. A sisterhood that dances together like ours? There's no more vicious force on the whole fucking field of war. I think you're right, or something like right. We weren't supposed to kill you, and we weren't supposed to take you alive. The voices wanted you to witness your squad's deaths. Sage nods vigorously. But you didn't kill us all. You took Geyser. Versa's words carry the chill of winter. We captured one of you, yes. Orisa wanted to finish her off as a warning. Crocus thought we could sell her. I sided with him and suggested a ransom to the Archon of Secrets. That's what we did. I got your friend home to the voices. His gaze rises to verses. I wish I remembered this whole story. I just don't. I don't know. Let's glare silently. You lie. Red Geyser, my sister, is dead. Mismatched eyes glare from beneath a lowered brow. If so, she was killed after we left her with the Archon. Which I suppose brings us to the present. The voices left me with standing orders. If you ever figured out the truth of it, I was to bring you to them. So that's what happens next. He rubs the bridge of his nose. Which is why I've kept you talking until the reinforcements return from patrol. Yeah, of course. In the brief silence that follows, you discern quiet chatter and the sound of boots on dry earth from elsewhere in the fort. Okay, well, help us and we'll help you, I guess. If I don't bring you back, it doesn't matter whether or not I died in the trying. The voices of Nurad will murder Marion. He lifts his staff and the flames along its length brighten, illuminating runes burned into the wood. The only other way to save her would be to kill the Archon of Secrets. I mean, I've kind of been wanting to kill the Archon of Secrets. Okay, yeah. Why not? Let's commit. Then we kill the Archon of Secrets. There are more soldiers coming into the fortress now than you felled on your way to me. Yet, if anyone could kill the Archon of Secrets, it would be you. Not me, us. But first, we have to get free of here. Then this conversation is over, right? Murderous anger flickers with reflected flame in her eyes as she glares hungrily at Catorius. What do you want, Verse? I trust you to make the right call. Yeah. We'll leave it up to her. Easiest choice I've ever made. I'm going to enjoy this dance, Catorius. For Red Geyser. Verse grins at Catorius. That's a damn shame, Archon. Looks like your friendship with this chorus rat will be your demise. He readies his staff as the sounds of the approaching chorus gangs grow louder. Okay, we have to fight our way out. This guy's by himself, so maybe it won't be too hard. We're gonna silence him first. Looks like that didn't take, though, unfortunately.
Sorry, I can't.
All right, well, we'll just, you know,
Damn thing
punch
couldn't pierce
him,
cloth.
stab him, light him on fire. Oh, I did not realize these guys were down here. I was so focused on this guy up here. Oh, geez. All right.
On it.
Okay, well, we killed the leader, so hopefully that will make things easier.
Damn thing
Go
couldn't pierce
after
cloth.
this person next. His sword's on fire. That's kind of a neat effect.
Enjoy this as much as I do.
Harsh words will cause more harm than this useless.
We're just gonna keep dropping. We're just gonna keep dropping abilities on bad guys. Wait, come on. Why aren't you working? All right. All right, Eb, why don't you... Oh, you can't heal. I guess I have to heal. All right, we're going to heal Lantry. All right, well, that worked okay.
Will do.
These guys are more of a slog than their leader was, apparently. This is a once per rest ability. Maybe we'll do that.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
It's interesting how certain battles are just a little more sloggy than others.
Hi.
Okay. Well, that did okay. Bloodhound fist wraps. Okay, nothing better there. Yeah, okay. Let's steal some loot. I have a coal staff, but we're not gonna have anything to do with it. Iron Qatar, interesting.
I got it.
Okay, we got some more. Okay, well, actually, let's quick save, just in case. Because we have some other guys over here, looks like. Alright, let's just see what happens. Oh wow, we just fucking wrecked that guy. Oh, these guys only have one... No, never mind. I don't know how that guy just died instantly. That's really interesting, actually.
I'll tear your skeleton out by your...
I was hoping we would go after the ranged guy first, but it doesn't look like my characters are in the mood to do that, so...
ass.
Harsh words would cause more harm than this useless weapon.
Well, now they are. Okay. So confused.
Will do.
Wow, this guy is taking some hits, I gotta say.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
Man, do we need to focus some other people down first?
This weapon is entirely worthless.
I mean, even my character is taking a lot of hits. Okay, let's heal her up. Okay, that's good. That's a good thing, I think. All right, let's put a buff here. Eb, what are you up to these days? Yeah, let's just steal health. Sure. All right, we're gonna leave the ranged guy alone for a little bit here. And focus down these guys. They seem to be a little easier.
Fall before me. Right.
This weapon is entirely worthless.
What the fuck is wrong with my weapon?
Okay, hopefully we can focus him down and this will just go a lot quicker.
Harsh words would cause more harm than this useless weapon.
Yes, yes. I know I apparently have an ineffectual weapon, but I'm not going to do much about it. All right, we're gonna quick save again, and I think we'll have a few more folks to deal with up above. Couple sages, a couple ranged guys. Well, let's just try to work our way through all of this. And again, we're just occasionally killing people outright. Iron Verse activates Killing Rush. Maybe that's what's happening. I won't complain. I just wish I knew a little better why these things were happening. All right, Lantry, we could use a bit more AoE healing. Verse, let's see here. Sure, you do that. We'll cast haste on myself. Oh, now I'm stunned, unfortunately. Yeah, my main character is still, like, stunned. Okay. We're still doing all right, though. Okay, Eb, why don't you... Yeah, do that. Lantry... I don't know. Yeah, do that thing. I don't know. Maybe heal the Fatebinder while you're at it. All right, let's just go with the fire and the sundering and the thrusting. Everybody loves good thrust. A lot of profanity here, which I guess is understandable for unrelenting combat. One per encounter. Yeah, let's do this. Let's transfer enemy health to us while we attack. I think we could use some of that. And we're going to do remove random hostile effects every 3 seconds.
Did I always...
Okay, Verse is still taking a lot of hits, but... Well... I don't know. Eb, do you have any healing going? I guess the Fatebinder needs to take care of this problem. All right, I guess we're just gonna focus down this guy in the middle. Oh yeah, I love.
I need to try a different weapon.
Or maybe our main character will just run away and do this instead.
On it.
All right, well we silenced him, so no more spell casting.
Did I always have the...
All right, First is taking a lot of hits, so she's incapacitated at the moment. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. Let's maybe get some more AoE healing.
Pierce claw.
Oh, Eb, what is going on? Well, okay. Let's move her closer. That would help. And now she can steal health, and I think that will be very helpful.
Will do. Damn. You'll have to do slightly better than that.
Nice. All right. That got a little hairy. Not gonna lie, but we survived, and that's all that matters, really. Okay.
Will do. Right.
I don't see any more enemies marked on the minimap, so maybe we did it. Just gonna click out here. And give me just a minute. Just responding to a message here. So I'm probably going to call it at 4, so in just a few minutes. Just making sure everybody... Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, we'll wrap this quest up, I assume, and call it there. And yeah. Okay. Shove that in your ballast holes, you bird-bone scrotum shits. Verse makes a series of creative hand gestures. Her voice shatters the thick silence that had fallen over the Palisades. Screw Catorius, screw his stupid wife, and screw the Archon of Secrets. All right. She laughs as a cool breeze rolling off the mountains to the west unsettles her feathers. You still with me, Verse? Yeah. Way to yank me out of the moment, Binder. I was close to enjoying myself. Lapsing into silence, Verse stares up into a sky still smeared with the smoke of the burning library, puts both hands on her back, just above her hips, and stretches, jutting her pelvis forward until her spine releases a series of satisfying snaps. Nothing simple in your wake, is it? With the voices I listened when I was supposed to listen, reported everything I heard, killed what he told me to kill. Black and white. Black and red, anyway, she smirks. I guess it was always complicated. I just ignored the complexities. I can't operate solely on gut instinct anymore. My gut would see this whole damn peninsula burn to cinders. And then what? She massages her right eyebrow. Tyrantus rewards strength. I didn't think I was strong enough to move in, well, influential circles. And that, I don't know, makes me nervous. Ha, listen to me. Next thing I'll be wearing robes and making you call me Archon. Let's finish this later. I want to get out of this hole, Binder. She brushes dust from her palms. Okay, so next up is to talk to Verse in the Mountain Spire, which we will do. We're going to explore the map here, and we'll probably call it after that, actually. I'm not really expecting to find much here, but, I mean, other than, like, hidden items, anyway. It's just an OCD thing. I have to fill in the map. Like, whenever I play, like, Diablo or any of those games, I spend so much time just filling in the map. And I kind of get tired of it, but I can't not do it either. It is vaguely frustrating to me that I feel this way, but what can you do? You guys can't see the mini-map, but it is oh so satisfyingly filling in with every step we take. And why else do we play RPGs if not to fill in maps? Okay, we're gonna put a save here, and we're gonna see who we can raid. And hopefully I'll make sure I do it right this time. All right. Well, we made some good progress today. I mean, we finished Bastard's Wound. We got into the meat of Act 3. And I'm feeling pretty happy about all of our choices thus far. Let's Let's see, where is my internet web browser? Alright, I'm gonna bring that over. Let's see, if I were to raid somebody, who do we have available? Nobody I know or would feel comfortable raiding, actually, so we will not raid anyone at this point. Thanks, Joel. Thank you for lurking. I had fun streaming it, I gotta say. So yeah, I guess we'll just call it there. I'm almost shocked that Havoc isn't streaming at the moment. Oh no, he is streaming. Wait, why is it not giving me the option? Raid channel. Alright, give me a sec. Internet is hard, you guys. Okay. Let me go there and gonna mute that and click this button. Okay. So the plan is to continue this on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific time, give or take, and we'll just continue on with the companion quests and more main quest stuff. So thanks so much for hanging out, you guys. I appreciate it, and we're getting kind of close to the end of this game, so I'm excited to see how it all ends up. Hell yeah, guys. All right, I'm going to start this raid. You all have a great night, and I will see you pretty darn soon, if all goes well. Take care, everybody.
I don't think I need to stay in cover if there's no music.
I did this right.
Yeah, see, because it's got that dynamic